If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not
Wait.
Yeah.
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Steers on the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You don't know what is a star? Like under the city, the driver's side fly. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as could be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Morning, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on a Thursday. Hello, Leroy.
What's up? What's up?
How are you today, buddy?
I'm good.
All right. Good to hear. Vlad, hello. How are you?
What's going on, guys?
It's good to see you, buddy. We are here. We're rocking along for another day. Let's start off this Thursday with some headlines. We got some breaking news to start the show, which is brought to you by Doral Kia. Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Kia or at doralkia.com. It was whispered and rumored by ESPN a little bit earlier this morning, but the Panthers have just announced that they have signed Niko Mikkola to an 8-year contract extension. The polar bear, the condor, the behemoth, whatever the hell you want to call them, all six of them on skates, gets an 8-year deal.
Wow.
Yep.
You must feel like a proud papa today, man.
Very happy. All of my Nikos are getting paid.
Yeah.
All of my Nikos are getting paid. The Condor gets his bag. Bill Zito saying in the team statement, Niko has proven himself to be a dependable defenseman who uses speed and physicality to impact both ends of the ice. He was an indispensable piece of our 2 championship campaigns, and we're thrilled that he'll be continuing his career with the Florida Panthers.
I tell you what, they go in a whole different path than the Dolphins. They get their young talent, boy. They sign them up.
They keep him. And then
you know what I'm saying? Adding to their core. They're adding to their youth. They're not using the youth to flip to get other veterans, right?
Mhm.
And so that's why this has been sustainable for so long. Because you have your guys that have been around for a while, you know, your Barkeys, your Reinhardts or whatever. You've brought in talent with Tkachuk, but they're young players. They're young players early on in their career, big contributors to 2 Stanley Cups. So just think what that future looks like when you say these guys know how to win.
I'm just happy for him, and I hope that he gets paid, and goes celebrates with a big raw fish today, something out of the pond, just like a polar bear would.
Yeah, but they don't polar bears eat salmon?
Whatever, dude.
There's no salmon creeks down here.
Well, now he can afford it. He can go build his own crick. So congrats to him. The other news happened last night. Other Niko, Nikola Jović. He got himself a 4-year contract extension worth $62.4 million.
In a year, that's going to look like he's on a bargain deal.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe that.
Every year it's going to look like that. That's because the salary goes up.
Well, not that. I'm just saying based on they signed him up early, right? Based on what I feel his contributions are going to be.
He, it's about 15 and a half a year. And he is, obviously, Spo and Adam Simon went over to Serbia this summer. Some talks with his management over there. Some hobnobbing going on at those dinners. Now Niko gets locked up for the next 4 years at a very reasonable number. Again, in today's NBA, I think the average salary is like $14 million.
Right.
Crazy. So he gets a little a tick over that. But I'm happy. I think that, look, is this a sign that he's going to start? Is this a sign? I don't know. But I think that you see the talent, the development. 22 years old. I mean, super young. This guy, the Heat have seen this guy develop. I think they've been happy with it. Very unfortunately, he had a fluke injury last year with the hand breaking. But even came back and tried to give everything that he could, even though he probably didn't have his shooting hand with him in that playoff series. Not that it would have helped, but it was just the fact that he was trying to make it back for his team to do whatever. And I think we saw like super accountable kid and is willing to do whatever for this team. So very excited for Niko to get his extension. Both Nikos galore, dude. Mikkola and Jović, they get paid. So training camp will continue today for the Miami Heat at FAU. Spo, of course, has a couple of injuries in the backcourt with Pelle Larsson with a quad contusion and Terry Rozier with a strained hamstring.
Strained emotions, dude.
Strained stress.
Strained. That's emotions. Strained and stress tend to work hand in hand.
Yep.
I mean, you could just like even saying hi and him saying what's up going by. It weighs on you, man. These guys are human too. Like that will weigh on you.
I'm sure he just wants all this gambling stuff to be behind him. I don't know when it will be.
I mean, what's worse? Have it not being have it still being in the conversation, or being told that you were out of the conversation but weren't?
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah.
I'd be furious with Shams. This Shams has been getting willy-nilly on that McAfee show. It's not good for his credibility because he likes to party with the boys, and it seems like he's just like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the craziest summer ever. We get a summer of Kuminga,
who's still not have been traded yet.
No, he just signed. He signed he basically signed a 1-year deal, a 1-year fluffer
with
the Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that was the only thing that we had. It was a Kevin Durant thing. We all knew that was happening. Norm Powell I told you, it was the biggest surprise of the summer. Was Norm Powell
was the biggest signing of the summer.
That was it. It was basically they opened up extension talks. Norm Powell talked about this to Mark Spears. He's like, yeah, we were having extension talks, but my agent said if I call you the next day, it's because you're traded. And he got a call the next day. He goes, you're on the Heat, buddy. And Spo was talking about this again. He goes, I gotta be honest with you, that was kind of a surprise. It wasn't on our radar, just popped up. Would you like a prolific scorer for Kevin Love and Kyle Anderson? Like,
when you say scorer, whoever it was, the Heat should have said yes.
Yes.
Would you like yes.
What do you guys want for him?
Yes.
We'll take him for Slow-Mo and Kevin Love. Excuse me? That you sure? I thought it was like back to that day where Mark Cuban was messing with names on trade calls. They were probably like, that's it? Anyway.
Was that the one where he thought he was trading for a different?
Yeah, he claimed the Heat thought they were trading, I think, Goran, and he's like, oh, I thought you guys wanted to trade Derek Jones Jr. It's like, all right, Cuban.
No, what was the one where they guys had the same name?
That did happen. I think that was a Suns thing. That wasn't a Heat thing.
All right.
I remember that. Yeah.
Do
you think Paul Maurice
for the other guy?
Do you think Paul Maurice texts Erik Spoelstra this morning? He goes, "Hey man, what the bleep?" He goes, "What, baby? I was just, I was late. I was shooting the stuff on Aleksander Barkov." He goes, "All right, but like you're ruining our secret plans." He goes, "He told me what he told me. All right, just because he told me that he was Finnish Wolverine, what am I supposed to do with that?"
It's not that, man. Like I don't know how to tell you. A lot of times they don't know the severity of the injury until you have the surgery.
Yeah, but the team put out the statement. It's not like they guessed. They put out 7 to 9 months, and Barkov was like, I'll show you 7 to 9 months.
Huh?
So, like, it's not like that. I'm not guesstimating and being like, no, the team put it in their statement, 7 to 9 months. And then Barkov's out here talking to Spo, and Spo's got a blabbermouth over to everybody. If that was his own player, he wasn't going to.
Oh, he would have been so mad if that was Gogi.
Oh my God, he would be furious. That's why I'm saying Paul Maurice has probably texted him like, "Hey man, you can't keep some things." But it sounds like Erik Spoelstra loves Aleksander Barkov so much, and is such a cat fever.
Wait a minute, think about it. if you can make any Panthers player, Heat player that Spo would want,
Oh yeah.
it's the offensive and defensive guy.
Oh dude, he was
Right?
gushing over him. He was gushing over him. I mean, he's like,
Barkey, he's like, man, I need another DN3 like you.
I love that.
DN3, guard the wings. Oh man.
He was sitting here and he was just like, he was fawning over him. And I was like, man, this Erik Spoelstra really wishes he had Aleksander Barkov. It's crazy.
Not as much as you were fawning over him when he said, I don't remember.
Yeah, well, that was a great time. That was a great time. Let's be real. That was a fun little time. This was Spo yesterday.
It's very inspiring. Dr. Anderson, who works for the Panthers, works with us, brought him to the arena last year during a weekend in September. And we all were able to bring our families and our kids, and everybody in the organization came out. We were able to hold the Stanley Cup. It's one of the few times that it wasn't in an ocean or in a party. And he's so inspiring. I love for all the guys to see him over there. It's been an electrifying run that they've had the last 3 seasons, and he's a major part of it. And yes, he has the talent. But then when you start diving into what everybody says about his character, his leadership, his mentorship, he's about all the right things, but he moves a locker room because of what he's about. That's real talent. I see those kind of possibilities with Bam. But everybody else, it's inspiring to see that. And it is heartbreaking, to see him in crutches. But then you talk to him, and he's saying, oh, no worries. I'll be back in 5 or 6 months. And, I love that spirit. I'm sure their medical staff will be, yeah, okay, yeah. I love that guy. I love everything he's about.
I love him. I love him
Didn't
too.
it sound like somebody said?
I love that guy.
Somebody just looked and said, "Spo, they said 7 to 9 months." Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure. Whatever, dude. Love him. And Spo just became a fan. He's just like, I got lost.
Spo likes any athlete that gives that vibe of a player that he would like to have on his team. Right?
Isn't that every coach?
Huh?
Isn't that every coach?
Yeah. So, I think if any coach met Barkey and they go, wow, defense and offense, team player, yeah, I'm in, right? I think that's, but Spo, yeah, he's even, because he plays a sport where they got to play both, on both ends.
The Panthers I got the deets. It's 8 years, $5 million a year for Niko Mikkola.
All right.
These Panthers. I mean, this Bill Zito just keeps getting guys bargains left and right. Everybody else is paying twice that for their backup defenseman. These cats, they just keep getting everybody.
That's because there's a difference in being there and trying to get there. If you're playing for a player and you trying to get there, right, then you got to pay premium. If you're already there, then you just have to be fair. And I think that's the difference between if he were to go somewhere else versus being here with the Panthers. And that is something that even athletes think about, right? If you're going to send me to a bum team and trade me, I want the max.
Bum.
The max. Like, why? Because look at where I'm going.
Crazy. Well, congratulations to Mikkola and Jović.
Yep.
We'll take a break. More to come here on the show. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM as we take you guys up until 2 here on the program. The Miami Dolphins getting ready for the Carolina Panthers. Dolphins signed another injured player, huh? That was something. I didn't know Cedric Wilson was hurt too. It's like the tradition unlike any other.
I don't like you know what? It's like you go to the car place and all the cars cost $45,000. And then you see one that looks the same. And you know it's a good quality car, but it has a price tag of only $30,000. And you go, I can save $15,000. But you don't go walk around to the other side of the car and realize it only got 3 wheels.
It's like, is Chris Greer like a fan of like making like model airplanes or something like that? Does he just like things in pieces? It's just a strange that, like, you know, hey, look, this maybe Cedric Wilson is Darren Waller 2.0 in the middle of the year, but I just was like, what do you mean they're like, yeah, we knew, baby. Like,
so why don't you say? I always think of it this way. You can get 5 broken players, or you can save that money and get 1 good player. Right?
Yeah, well, I don't even know what money you're spending. You're getting a guy off a practice
doesn't matter,
squad.
but if you do it with 4 or 5 guys, like there's a minimum, right? Because he's been playing for a while. There's a minimum he's got to make. So say if it's $2-3 million, right? Now think of the 4 or 5 times they've done that. Think you could have added a player on this team for 15?
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like it, and especially when I don't know, man.
He's probably feeling froggy too because Darren Waller just had a good game. He goes, do another low risk, high reward move.
Getting an injured player is never a low risk because you can only have 53 players on the team.
Yeah, but to him, it isn't. Like, that's his thing. He doesn't care. He's like, it's all right. Well, take your time. Take your time.
All right. You know when that affects corporate? When you hire a assistant manager or whatever, and you end up still having to do all the work. So if Chris Greer had to go on that field and play, right? He feel a little bit different about signing an injured player because it's creating more work for him.
I guess there had to be, like, it was just one of these things. I guess they know that he knows the system. Cool. But I don't know. We'll see him in a week or so. I don't know, dude.
I just think that where this team is, the key word is active participant. And that's the thing that's been hurting this team more than anything. The key word is active.
Oh, yeah, but that's not what you said.
I said the key word is active participant. Yeah,
which is 2 words.
Thank you.
No, don't get mad at me. I just, if it was me, you would have jumped down my throat on that one. Let's be real about it. Really? Come on, dude.
Or would I just let you have your little?
No, you wouldn't have. Like, dude. No, please.
I'll let you have your moments.
What? Get out of here. What are you talking about? You let me have moments.
Listen, I'll let you do you. I just sit back. I mean, I'm not like Marcos. Marcos before. No.
Crazy. You saw that? You saw Shedeur Sanders yesterday with his little mime session with the media.
Yeah, you know what? Like, I don't really make anything of it. I think because he's such a polarizing player that people are reading into every single thing that he does or every single comment that comes out from the Browns camp about him. And at that position, I would say this. There's a look that you need to have so that the people that are going to play you are comfortable with putting you in at that position.
Well, the thing I'm
Now,
confused about
that gets a little lost when everybody that they picked has sucked before you.
that's true.
So, like, you're like, wait a minute, y'all telling me about, and I think about is I'm just thinking about a regular person. I'm like, wait a minute, y'all telling me about what's required to have this job with who you put in there?
Well, I think the thing that's interesting is like, all right, so obviously something squirrely happened with Shedeur Sanders and his draft, where like even reportedly teams that wanted to draft him, he had no interest to if there was no chance that he could start. Which, by the way, if he was on the Ravens right now, he'd be starting probably.
Yeah.
So like there is accountability that he has to take for being in the position that he's in. But I have this weird thing, like I'm watching coverage of this yesterday. And I'm very confused why people are in arms that he's still number 3 on the depth chart. Like, who cares? If he's not playing, he's not playing. Like, I don't understand why everybody's in this situation where, like, I can't believe that he didn't move up the depth chart. It's like he was not the backup. He was the emergency third quarterback to begin with. They went with Dillon Gabriel, who, by the way, the Browns have told you the entire time that they whether they're right or wrong, they like Dillon Gabriel more than Shedeur Sanders. This has not been a mystery. The only time we saw was Shedeur balling out in the first preseason game, which he did. But the entire time that this has happened, they've told you, we like Dillon Gabriel as a prospect more than Shedeur Sanders. And now it's like, well, now he's not the backup quarterback. It's like, who cares?
Right.
Like if he
I think and here's the other thing is that the people outside of the facility are making a bigger deal about it and then bringing it to Shedeur, right? And bringing it to Shedeur like he's supposed to have the same problem that they are having about that situation. To go to a guy and say, why don't you have a problem with not being number 2? I mean, if I were them, I would be like, listen, I got more of a problem with not being number 1. I don't care if I'm 2 or 3. I need to bust my butt to get to number 1.
Why does he even it's I guess you got to talk to whoever asked to talk to you, but like what do they go to him for?
Because
like,
they
he's
want
the third quarter. He's the third quarterback. Right. I haven't heard Quinn Ewers say a thing all year. Like nobody goes to Quinn Ewers is like, Quinn, what do you think about not playing this year?
You know why? Because they want something. Right. Exactly. Or to have a third string quarterback for whatever reason, he's listed as third string quarterback. To be surrounded by reporters like that that in itself is telling you all you need to know. They looking for something. They trying to get something.
Leroy, it's happened before with Tebow.
But the difference with Tebow is it's almost like they pressured the organization to get him in the game.
I remember Tebow getting like intro press conferences, which was weird for a third stringer, but I don't remember him continually during the weeks, Vlad, when the writing was on the wall. I don't recall Tebow doing like weekly pressers.
Nah, New York media was, they were talking to him as if he was like the starting quarterback, which was
I don't recall that. Maybe I'm not gonna say that you're wrong on that. I just don't recall it. Like I feel like it's weird that they go to Shedeur every week. It's like Shedeur, you're the third string quarterback. Shedeur, you're still the third string quarterback. And then like now he's got to like make bits out of it. And I'm like, why are they even talking? Like he didn't. If he would have moved up to number 2, okay, I would have seen. There's a point. Hey, you're a snap away from being the quarterback. But it's weird that it's
which is also awkward. It's awkward to because you have to understand that people you're in the room with, like even though you're competing for a job, there's no ill will towards anybody that's in that room. Y'all going through it together, right? And sometimes when you have to answer questions, it's almost like you got to do it at the detriment of a guy that you consider a friend or. You know what I mean? It's an awkward situation that, they just to put there is absolutely nothing in that situation that he could say that is gonna have people saying, you know what, he handled that well, right?
I
because
don't agree with that. I don't think there's nothing he can say that to handle it well.
you
I mean, like,
whatever you come up with that Shedeur should have said, I can be a reporter and
I'm sure there could be jerks, but I think there's, like I say this with Tua last week, like there's always ways that you could put out the fire if you want to. You can make it cliche. Like
yes,
Tua's done the thing the last couple of weeks where he's gone to the podiums,
started
he's
well,
at press conference, and it's like starts well, but man, you really are that's going to be more of a thing than it probably should have been.
right. No, I get you, and I understand that, and I think that Shedeur's way of handling it and being cool with it and not making a stink with it is smiling, right?
Mhm.
Like he doesn't get angry at them. He just does his own little thing and smile or whatever. And from that standpoint, now we're looking at, I mean, he's a third string quarterback, dude. The fact that like
But like, why is it a thing that he's even? Okay,
because
no, he's like we should have known.
because guess what? If he moved up, what's funny about it? If he would have been moved up to the starting quarterback and Dylan Gabriel would have been the third quarterback, they wouldn't have went to Dylan Gabriel.
No way, dude. Not a shot.
So is that the problem in itself?
Yeah, I guess.
So like
People want, I agree with you. People want the story, but I don't understand like
why
people are surprised it's a story. Like he's been the third string quarterback literally since he's walked in the door. The only person that he ousted was Kenny Pickett. Everybody else, they've been ahead of him. And everybody's just like, and I don't understand when this has been the thing. And then Dylan Gabriel gets the start. People are like, well, why hasn't he moved up the depth chart? It's like, well, because they don't think he's their backup quarterback.
Right.
And who cares? Like
we all knew one thing though, or at least I did. The Joe Flacco era was gonna come and go.
Of course. You think Joe Flacco's gonna pull a Xavien Howard and be like, I just want to be with my kids?
No, I think you know what
he wants to be away from his
the thing
kids.
about Joe Flacco is that he's a genuine good dude, right? Like, so even though the disappointment of it all, he's going to handle it accordingly, right? He's been around the league a long time, right? He understands all that stuff. Like, and so, like, yeah, man, it's almost like even when he's throwing the football, like those first couple of games, the ball got zipped, and then it doesn't.
It's amazing he squeezed 2 more years out of it, to be honest with you. I thought after the Jets he was done. Like his kid was wearing Tyreek Hill jerseys to the game.
Right.
Remember that game against Skylar Thompson? The Dolphins won like, was it 6-3 or 9-6?
9-6 game.
Yeah, it was a terrible game. And I was like, oh, Joe Flacco's never playing quarterback again.
The game that you guys got into the playoffs.
Oh, my God.
But it's crazy because he looks so good when he looks good, and then he looks 40 like within 5 days later, right?
Yep.
And that's the thing, the age thing. And it's all fine, it's all great, even though Pittsburgh getting ready to win the division. That's a crazy thing right there. That's why you play.
Look at somebody so upset right now. Oh,
I'm not upset. I'm not upset at all.
You got to be.
Let me tell you something.
Aaron Rodgers is not going to rip the carpet right to the playoffs.
Let me tell you something. All the stars aligned for this to happen. Maybe it's just fate, but I'm going to tell you like this. Before the season started, with everybody healthy, ain't nobody ever think this was possible. And I'm just telling you, this is why you play the season. This is why you play the games, because you never know. And right now, they're in the driver's seat because, one, they're the healthiest team in the division.
The oldest team.
And the oldest. So, yeah, it might – listen, it might – they might have some sore hammies in November. Like, I can't dismiss it.
Oh, they definitely will. Because, their bye weeks this week. So, for 40-year-olds.
So, they got, what, 12 weeks?
They got 12 – no. Yeah, this is week 5. Yeah, they're going to have 12 consecutive weeks.
Unless they wrap it up early.
No, they're gonna have 13. Because they played 4 games.
Well, this is week 5. Oh, that's right.
But they got a bye week.
You're right.
They're gonna play 13 straight games.
Yeesh.
I hate the 17th game.
Hey, by the way, yesterday when I was talking about 2 bye weeks, I was thinking of Miami.
Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah, Miami
Wasn't there a
plays
time
Florida
there was
State.
2 bye weeks though?
Miami plays Florida State, and then they got another bye week, right?
Yes, great,
Yeah.
great scheduling by Mario. No,
Setting it up.
seriously, you get
But
them.
they don't. They don't schedule the
I mean-
ACC games.
I mean, well, whoever did the schedule, great, because you get yourself ready after a rivalry game with Florida. You get a bye week, then you go to Tallahassee, and then after the emotions of beating your other in-state rival, you get a week off, and then you got Friday night at the Rock against Louisville. I think that's great planning.
We'll take a break. Speaking of the Canes, some high praises coming out for some of their top players. We'll get to that coming on up. Back with more after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Our sister station, Kiss Country, is bringing back Stars and Strings. It's featuring Hardy, Dierks Bentley, Dasha, Nate Smith, Zach Top, Hudson Westbrook, and a whole lot more. They're coming to Hard Rock live at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood on November 6th. And your chance to win tickets is now. Just text the word Dierks to 20357. DIERKS. Dierks to 20357. If you want to buy tickets, just go to starsandstrings.com. Stars and Strings supports Folds of Honor. For more information, go to WQAM.com. It's a text contest. Message and data rates apply. Don't text and drive. Leroy, would you mind heading on over to the Windowplex?
Oh, yeah.
Give us a little weather update, which is sponsored by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable, rude AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com.
Days in Florida start off like you're at a strip club.
What?
Real nice. Parade all the ladies. Girls, girls, girls. And it's all nice outside. It's all nice. What?
What strip club you're at?
I ain't been in a strip club in so long, dude.
I'm saying, I know you're saying girls, girls, girls. Now you're right, but
No,
I'm just saying,
that's the song where all the ladies come out.
I'm just saying, Leroy must be in an intangibles club.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Hey, so anyway, it's a beautiful day to start off. Let me just say that. I'm looking up. Partly cloudy, slight breeze coming out of the northeast, at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Not as humid today, but here's where that reality kicks in. Because this evening, like all evenings this time of year, it's gonna pour.
Could be tornadic.
It could be tornadic, and you guys need to be careful and take care.
Everglades.
Whoo, out west. You know, so that is the thing, and I don't know why this is, but if you want to get something done outdoors, do it before like 12 or 1 o'clock.
It was I was checking this out, Leroy. I was perusing around the old internet, and some people have mock drafts out already, which is funsies. So I was Yahoo Sports. They have their mock draft for the first few games here of the college season, NFL season. So let's see where everybody's at. And I was like, I open up. I'm like, all right, let's see what they got over here. I wasn't even going for anything in particular. I was actually kind of curious. I was kind of curious where Carson Beck was in their thing. And I actually get to number 1, and
Rueben Bain.
They have the New Orleans Saints taking Rueben Bain. Bain Jr., number 1 overall, which, man, I mean, he's been awesome this year. There's no doubt about it. But it's been it's pretty incredible. The early buzz is already talking like this dude, number 1 player in the NFL draft, which, man, what a strong feather in the cap that would be to the Canes if they got 2
back-to-back
number 1 picks overall.
Then the last team to do that was USC.
I don't know. Not sure.
Let me check.
I would think Bama.
No.
I'm not sure the last team to do it, but I was like,
no. You know what? Is back-to-back Heismans. I don't know if they both went 1.
pretty crazy.
Oklahoma did that.
What?
Kyler and Baker.
Yeah.
Oh, they went. Yeah, and that would be more recent anyway.
But yeah, they said this is from, who the hell is this author? Charles McDonald and Nate Tice. They say Rueben Bain started his college career strongly as a freshman before an early calf injury led to an up-and-down sophomore campaign. Started number 17 on the preseason big board. He has done nothing but launch up the rankings to the top spot of this mock draft. Bain's build and power reminds us of Brandon Graham. He can align and affect the game across the defensive line. He plays with a great motor, light on his feet. Man,
He is
been one of the best players in the country this season.
I think would have given him
Oklahoma was also the last school to have back-to-back number 1s, Baker and Kyler.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I would say this. The thing that separates him from any other player at his position is not only his athletic ability, but the fact that that guy has a motor on him. He's caught interceptions because of tip balls because he was hustling.
Yep.
He's chased down running backs, chased down quarterbacks. He's all over the field. And when you see that energy, when you see a guy playing with that level of intensity and motor, that's an instant game changer. An instant game changer.
For your information, Vlad, they have the Jets taking Fernando Mendoza from Indiana, Miami kid, with the number 2 pick.
Another quarterback, huh?
Another quarterback.
Wait, where's I'm just curious. I mean, he can throw the ball now, but I'm curious what they think of is who's the Castellano? Is he too young?
No, he might be just a little small.
Oh, is he small? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And nothing helps your cause than getting a couple of balls batted down in a football game, right?
Yeah. They have the Dolphins. This is so sad. The Dolphins at number 5 taking Dante Moore, quarterback from Oregon.
Isn't he a little tic-tac-toe?
No, he's 6'3".
Speaking of,
you're not at that level yet. What the Jets maybe 1 more week, but you guys actually won. You're not at that. You're not at that. You're starting to look at college football games like, let me start looking at these games.
No, I'm not. I never do.
You're not at that point yet.
I never do it.
Jets fans, we know about that. That's in another 2 weeks. Once Columbus Day weekend comes and passes, that's when we're looking at all the college games and looking for possible draft prospects. But you guys aren't there yet. Soon though, but not there yet.
Listen, Vlad, I know that. First of all, let's be clear.
What?
I know everybody's going to be upset if the Dolphins do end up with the number 5 pick. They will trade that pick for additional picks and ride Tua for another year because of the money next year is guaranteed. And don't be upset. It is the right thing to do. You need to fill a bunch of spots. Don't double up on quarterback and not be able to afford other positions. That's all I'm saying.
They to finish up the local ties on this mock draft that Yahoo put out, Francis Mauigoa goes 19 to the Bengals.
They need help.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know if Mauigoa is going to last that long, so we'll see.
I will say this. There's another situation, right? You know exactly what's wrong with your team, and you didn't go all out to repair it. I don't care. Huh?
They're cheap. It's like, come on, man. It's the Bengals.
But,
you know they're cheap.
They could have. Listen. Let me ask Joe Burrow. Ask that offense. Would you rather give up T. Higgins and get 2 offensive linemen, or would you rather keep T. Higgins?
Yeah, but we talked about this last year. You said no one's doing that. We talked about. I talked about that with Tyreek.
There's no
last year.
offensive lineman available. I get.
No one's trading that.
Nobody's trading offensive linemen, which means that maybe you should have put at some point when you see how scarce they are. You should have probably put a little more importance into it. That's all I'm saying.
I'd love to see what Rueben Bain's notebook looks like for this week.
I mean,
he needs to post that.
I don't know. We could.
I know what my notebook would look like.
I don't know if we could show it, or it could be aired or publicly seen without violating some type of law or He could say some crazy things right now.
Yeah. Hey,
and
by
it's
the way,
7:30. Oh, it's a 7:30 game. Oh, man.
By the way, the coach doesn't make a schedule, right?
Yes, I know that. I did clear that up after I said, Mario. Right. I was like, I don't know if Mario makes the schedule. I think, what is it, the athletic director?
Yeah.
Of the school. So yeah.
Yeah. Because I tried to get Ward to call Miami, schedule a game with Miami.
Oh,
but they're
brokering games.
Yeah.
You gotta love them.
I want to see you.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem. A lot of these athletic directors are trying to set up their schedule accordingly so they have some strength of schedule. But what happens is you set your schedule up 5-6 years in advance, right? And the teams that you think gonna be a good series end up being a dud. It's happened.
But
Sure.
UM and Michigan would be a great series. Come on, who doesn't want
Yeah,
to go?
no, I
to
know.
Auburn?
Here, but when they played us at Michigan, we always thought that the following year we were gonna go down there, and they said no, their stadium's too small.
That's why Bo told you guys. Bo didn't want you guys.
Or no, not
in Miami.
huh?
He just didn't want you guys to go to Miami and have fun.
No, you don't. It's different in college, dude. You don't get no free time. You don't.
Locked on Kane says Florida was a huge dud. Yeah, but it still feels good.
Yeah, I think we played Florida. We played Florida State one year, and we played Florida one year, and they were all like they weren't good at the time.
Oh, that's disrespectful to the OB, man. Saying
What?
those.
I mean, think about it though. We could get with the extra fans that we get than you guys get at the OB. We could pay y'all. So it actually, instead of you paying us, you ain't gonna pay us enough because you ain't got enough fans. So from the financial standpoint, Miami coming up there, keep up. At the time, the commitment to football wasn't like it is now.
Sounds like Bo is afraid of no blocky.
No,
Yeah, I think so.
No blocky. Yeah.
Take a break. Regular old second hours next. And welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Start off this second hour with our headlines brought to you by Doral Kia. Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Kia or at DoralKia.com. We had MLB playoffs yesterday. Only one team moving on, the Dodgers.
Of course.
They take care of the Reds. Beat them 8-4. Mookie Betts, a monster yesterday. Shohei Ohtani is going to start the game one of the NLDS.
Yep.
Rest of the series, all even, dude. The Guardians.
It's crazy, right? It is crazy.
Guardians handle the Tigers 6-1. Padres blank the Cubbies 3-0. And the Yankees beat the Red Sox 4-3.
What's crazy?
Just every game except every series going down to the final game. Now, it's weird. Don't they play all 3 games in one place?
Yeah, it's only a 3-game series. Leroy, they just got to win 2. So, I mean, if you make the playoffs and you got great pitching, you should be able to split.
Unless your manager takes them out early.
Unless your manager
deal with the Yankees.
I mean, yeah. Oh, you could leave them a little bit longer. This is the tough thing about postseason.
Yeah.
You're
one pitch away from being good and one pitch from being terrible.
Right. Every move, it's gonna be criticized, and it could be you could be called a genius, or you could be called an idiot.
I rarely will call people a genius.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, yes, you do. Yes, you do. You call Mike McDaniel a genius.
Quirky. I don't think I've ever used the term genius. I've maybe used the term guru. I think you're gonna have to find the tape on that one, dude. I don't think I've ever used the term. I think I used another G word with him, not genius. I've listened to enough of his press conferences to know that that's been hammered out of my head. Game 3s today. The Tigers at the Guardians at 3:00. The Padres at the Cubbies at 5. And then, of course, the main event tonight, Red Sox at Yankees at 8. So that is your baseball lineup today in the wild card round. Meanwhile, Panthers in preseason action tonight against the Tampa Bay Lightning at 7:00. So the Cats, they got 2 left. I think they got this. They got one more Lightning game. Got their own little 3-game series with the Lightning. Panthers just trimmed their roster down. I think there's 29 left, so only a few spots remaining. See who's going to be there for the Cats. And then tonight, Thursday Night Football, you got the Rams against what's left of the San Francisco 49ers at 8:15.
Is that crazy? Is that crazy?
I'll tell you what's crazy.
Already, like, they're to that point.
Well, yeah. I mean, they were 3-0, and then they got hurt, and now they're 3-1 going into Los Angeles, where there'll be a big San Francisco fan base there, because for some reason the Chargers and Rams can't sell out with their own fans. So, yeah. But what was crazy, though, that line went from 1.5 Rams to like 8.5.
Yeah, it's 8.5 this morning.
And the other game that had the craziest line change was the Texans and Ravens. That had like an 11-point line change.
Jeez.
Yeah, Ravens were like favored maybe by 8.5, I think, before rumor had it that Lamar wasn't going to play. And then when they found out Lamar and then the other key starters weren't playing, now they're a 1.5-point underdog. The Ravens. They went from being 8.5 to 1.5. It's crazy.
Well, I'll give you a Tito's fantasy update here. Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason, distilled 6 times till it's just right. Tito's is known for great vodka and giving back and doing good for dogs. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Incorporated, Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly. If you have a 49er in fantasy, I'm sorry. You shouldn't.
No, you could. No, you good.
With who?
McCaffrey.
All right.
I mean, he might get hurt today, but at least you got somebody going into the game that might give you something.
I didn't realize people were still trusting Christian McCaffrey.
I mean, if you're in a keeper's league, you got to keep him.
No, that's crazy, right?
But they got no Purdy, Ayuk, Kittle, Bosa, Jennings.
You know, sooner or later, the Silverback and McCaffrey going to get hurt. Trent Williams and McCaffrey will be hurt very shortly. and then probably Fred Warner, and then every starter from the Niners will be done.
Stuff feels like it's going around with them. Meanwhile, the Heat, they continue training camp at FAU. They will get the preseason underway on Saturday in Puerto Rico against the Orlando Magic. The Heat agreeing to a 4-year, $62.4 million contract with Nikola Jović. And this morning, the Panthers announcing they have come to terms on an 8-year deal with Niko Mikkola, the Condor / Polar Bear. 8-year deal, $5 million average annual value there for Niko Mikkola. Yesterday, strangely, there was an announcement by a Dolphins legend. We'll take a break, and we'll get to that coming up next. Welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy. Back with you here on FM 104.3 WQAM. So we take you guys up until 2. We'll play a little Goosies, No Goosies later on this show. The Dolphins are getting ready for the Carolina Panthers. But yesterday, a little bit of a surprise announcement. Xavien Howard abruptly says he's done, retired. This man came in with one mission this year, Leroy. Kick the Dolphins' ass and leave.
He did it.
Kick the Dolphins' ass and leave. That's all he came back for. I'm here to give us the blueprint to beat the Dolphins, and we'll see what happens. You know, he has not been playing great. You know, there's been a lot of calls to bench him in Indy, but he just said he put out a long statement yesterday. He said, throughout my career, I've always played football from the love of the sport. Enjoyed everything that came with being part of the NFL. It was my passion for the game that drove me. I love and appreciate the Miami Dolphins for drafting me and giving me a chance to play pro football. Can't thank the Indianapolis Colts enough for letting me continue to live out my dream. But my dream has now changed. I've been getting closer to God and asking that he directs my path. I'm a man of faith. Believe wholeheartedly that he doesn't make mistakes, and he's led me to the ending of my career, and I'm now putting God and my priorities first. When I was away from the game in 2024, I fell in love with taking my kids to school, doing activities with them, and watching them grow up. Up to that point, I'd always put my family after football. I'm no longer willing to do so, so today I'm retiring from the National Football League.
You know what's crazy? All players say this. Once you get in your mind that you're done, it's hard to go back. Now, with some of these guys coming back, it wasn't their reasons. It was other people's reasons. So it made it easier to come back. But once you start doing family stuff, playing with your kids and stuff, and then you leave for 2-3 months, like, yeah, I can see it.
Especially if you were an elite player and you don't feel the same either. You know,
you're not elite anymore.
You're not elite anymore. Yeah.
Right.
You're not, you're like, because if this comes down to, you know, the Colts ending up benching him, you're going to be like, all right, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
You know, but he came back with his one mission was accomplished. Kicked the Dolphins' ass.
And then talk trash about the man who barely spoke.
Yep. He had so much to say.
Yeah. It's not a secret. The fact I was pissed off and you knew I was hot. Not that they lost, but that a guy who was here 3 years ago still knew what was up.
Yep.
You ain't evolved. Now, I will say this. In the last couple of weeks, they've done some new things. Roll Tua out, you know, run a couple of different routes. I've seen more balls going to the outside.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them use all of the football field instead of just the middle. I mean, did it take X for them to realize that, yeah, if they defend the middle of the field, we got nowhere to go? Did it take that?
It was an embarrassment. I mean, sometimes embarrassment is a good teacher.
Oh, I thought you was getting ready to go into a saying, right? And
that was the saying.
Okay, all right.
Embarrassment is it not? Like when you really embarrass yourself, or you're like, oh, well, you're gonna do everything you can to not do that again.
Then explain to me why we still signing injured players.
Well, I mean, one would say Chris Greer hasn't really suffered embarrassment. Like he keeps getting his job. So what correctable behavior has there been?
Right.
You know?
And the thing is that I'm not even questioning any of these guys' ability. Right? What I'm questioning is when you look at what this team is and what has plagued them, why would you sign up for more of it?
It's just what he does, dude. Like this is almost like it's until he's not in the job. Like, why does he do it? Because he just doesn't care. Like it's a silly thing to sit here and be like,
I'm not going to say he doesn't care.
He doesn't. Well, okay, then what would you call it?
Oh, you don't. You talking about he doesn't care about the injuries?
He doesn't care.
Wow,
he doesn't believe in it. He doesn't believe it's a thing.
Well, good. The press box are going to be filled with all the guys that you signed saying he'll be back in 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's just like, what we're sitting here banging our heads against the wall, being like, why does Chris Greer do it? Because he's Chris Greer. That's why.
Right.
He is like injury schminjury. That's what he goes with.
Yeah, well, some injury got him 1-3.
Yeah, it certainly does. Don't worry, because Tua has a new diet.
What is
He has a new. Well, Tua has apparently. You remember the big hit that he took? From Mauigoa during the game.
Yeah.
Where he was smiling, and we were wondering if he's really okay or if he was seeing Tweety birds.
Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, I've seen dudes get knocked out, come to the sidelines, they smiling. I'm okay. No, you're not. You are not okay.
Tua has a secret recipe now, a new diet that he thinks is preventing concussions.
What's that? Like being punch drunk?
This is what the quarterback had to say on it.
What's new with how you approach game day?
Just carbing up more for the games, and then getting more fluids in. Yes, so.
How does all that help?
Well, I think it definitely helps with just the aspect of the brain. I guess everyone would be wondering, how did I feel on that hit and whatnot. Felt perfectly fine, felt great. And, throughout the years, that was one of the bigger things we hadn't addressed, was making sure that I got, a good amount of carbs in my body, and, so that as I drank water or as I drank the right stuff or whatever it was, that it'd stay in. And the doctors were talking about the liquid that your brain sits in and all of that. And so that was just the biggest aspect of all of that.
Why carbs? Why carbs?
Here we go.
Well, yeah, you'd probably think it'd make you heavier or slow you down in a way, for sure. But I guess for me, from what I come to know or come to understand from what the doctors were talking about, is your brain kind of sits in fluids, and if I'm eating eggs, bacon, and sausage, and there's not much carbs, like if there's no bread or whatnot, you kind of drink water and it'll just flush out of you, so you can't stay hydrated that way. But the carbs kind of help soak that in and stay there.
Oh my goodness.
Wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, it's happened.
What?
They are aligned as one.
Who?
Coaching.
Tua and Mike McDaniel.
Tua is sounding like Mike McDaniel right now during his press conferences.
So
it's happened. It's happened.
Yeah.
They are one. We thought there was a separation. No, it was the merging. They transfused into one.
So let me, because now I don't know about the white reporters, but I know like Omar and Perk gonna look at each other with that look. Vlad, you know what I'm talking about. Come.
Child, please.
Just say
like
he not go get a concussion because he eat carbs.
Why is the intangible reporter tricked by that?
But because he ain't never heard nothing like that, and he's scared to say BS. But I will say this: there is some truth behind being hydrated and having carbs in you, so your body has nourishment as you go on. Keep in mind, I used to tell you guys all the time, we'd eat breakfast at like 7:30 and then go to the stadium, and you don't eat until 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used to always have, like, people say, how could you eat a hamburger and a hot dog? It's mostly for the bread and the carbs, to have something sitting on your belly as energy.
I mean, it's a common thing in fighting. Like, usually guys who have bad weight cuts are more susceptible to being knocked out.
Right. So not I'm not gonna totally dismiss it, but I'm gonna say this. He didn't tell that story right. Right, Vlad? He did, because like you have just in the short time you've talked about it, and I've talked about it. We've had other situations where some say that helps. You just use boxing, right? But yeah, I don't like he explained it wrong, right? And he didn't have to tell us he was carbing up. We could tell. No carbs last year. See a little skinny Tua looking fit, had that beach body,
Terrible.
right? He went out and got some carbs, dad body, rolling out, feeling fresh in the fourth quarter.
That's what I've been saying. I've been calling for Fat Tua for a long time.
Sometimes Leroy makes no sense. Well, I'm trying to help you. Sometimes a negative and a negative make a positive. I'm trying to explain to you what the hell he was saying and like making myself look like an idiot. I don't know, man. Like, none of that helps with brain injuries, Leroy. And that's the point.
He's basically just saying he's trying to keep his brain. It's not like this isn't like he's basically saying the doctors told him have more carbs to keep the hydration in you.
Right, exactly.
That's what they're saying.
And then Tobin said there are situations where they say when you have to have a bad weight cut and you don't get that energy back in you, that leads to. So there might be some truth to it, right?
Yeah, I don't really think this is a new. He's just basically saying a different diet because for a guy who is more susceptible to head injuries, to be extra hydrated and to keep the hydration around his brain, they're saying have carbs.
Right.
Which I'm just saying from knowing from fighters, like a bad weight cut will definitely have you more susceptible to being knocked the bleep out. It's guys who maybe go down a division too much or they cut poorly. A lot of the times why you'll see a guy have a bad weight cut and their body shuts down and they'll be like, bet against that person. Unless they did it, on purpose so they didn't have to cut the weight. But I'm saying like the ones who actually tried and they look like a zombie, you might want to be like looking at them all like, because it's they can be more prone to it. But look, I've been calling for Fat Tua for a long time. I hated skinny Tua. I'm happy that he's
I bet you
good.
his carbs were a little different than mine. I tell you, I locked and loaded. Vlad, I had my ball guy that helped me out all year, right? And he was handsomely compensated. Young kid, and he had one rule. He had two rules, right? Put my pads in my pants, right? So I can just come in when I get taped, slide everything on. And at halftime, hamburger, hot dog in my locker. So I was carb loading too. It didn't help me from getting knocked out, but I'm say like
whatever you think helps.
Nah, I just need something in my belly. But Gatorade and oranges don't cut it, dude. When
Get in my belly.
Hey, Gatorade and oranges don't get it when you haven't eaten since 7:30 and you about to go play a second.
Did you have a glizzy in your pocket one time, or you're in your
kangaroo pouch?
I put it in my sock.
You had a glizzy in your sock, man.
Yeah, because it was preseason. Preseason don't count. Preseason don't count. When you play the first series of the first quarter, you can't wait to get that glizzy at halftime.
Hey, yo, but
hey, check this out. You're lucky. I told the dude, I'm going to put the mustard and ketchup on it now so I don't really make a fool of myself.
Wait a minute.
You loaded it up and what, foiled it up?
Yeah, put it back in the foil and put it in my sock.
So wait, you had sweaty mustard and ketchup in your hot dog?
No, it was wrapped, dude.
So you telling me that sweat can't get
Not in preseason? We ain't hardly sweating.
Incredible. No, just, you know what, Vlad? Let's let it go. Sports Talk on WKM is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday, maybe with a stock hot dog, all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. We'll get to the mixed bag next. Welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. We take you guys up until 2 here on the program. It is that time where we like to get to the mixed bag. You familiar with Conor McGregor, Leroy?
What has he done?
Well, he wants to let everybody know that he's going to be at that White House card in July. The UFC is fighting on the White House lawn in July to celebrate America's birth. How do we celebrate that? Cage fighting, baby. And Conor McGregor, he went on Sean.
Is this smart to have UFC at the White House?
According to Dana White, it is going to cost the UFC $700,000 to replace the White House lawn. Now, I don't know who they call for that. I don't know if they call Stephen Ross's grass farm. I don't know who.
No, he having problems with his own grass. He can't be going to fix other people's grass.
But Conor McGregor, who totally is not
there.
Well, I was going to say, you know what? I'll just play the clip. You make your own judgments on him. This was him on Sean Hannity yesterday, who was just asking simply, wait, so it is a done deal that you're fighting at the White House?
It can ignite a support for the people of Ireland. Is this a done deal? Because we need. Are you definitely, is this a done deal you're in? Done deal, signed, delivered. It ain't a negotiation. Wow. It's a done deal, signed, delivered. McGregor will compete in the White House for UFC's 200, for the America's 250th birthday.
Did you talk to Dana about it? Dana's got to sign off, I would imagine, no?
Me and Dana are in constant communications. We've done incredible business together. I'm the highest generating fighter of all time in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. They've just signed a breathtaking deal with Paramount where we go to cable TV. $7.7 billion that deal was accrued for. And ready to rock, baby. Bring in the big dog, the Mac G.
Yeah.
Okay. Did they start playing the music to shut him up?
I think so.
No, man. That was the Peruvian pink kicking in.
I think that he got that
the marching
music.
powder.
That was the Peruvian pink kicking in at that time. That's he's listening.
It sounded like that dude really wanted to go to break.
Okay.
He knew what was about to happen. That's why they probably, that's when they cue the music. Like during the award shows when you're talking too long, and then they start playing the music. That's what happened.
Yeah, Sean Hannity's he's just used to the politicians knowing the deal. He's got to wrangle a loose cannon in Conor McGregor. Which, by the way, Sean Hannity asked, "Oh, so you've negotiated this?" Because I know Sean Hannity's probably not in there, but like, hey, Conor, didn't you just demand $100 million to fight like 48 hours ago? He's not fighting at the
Yes, I did.
Look, I'm not reporting anything, but I am just confidently predicting.
Yeah.
He's not fighting at the White House because he's never fighting again. I've been saying this for a while. And like Dana White came out and he goes, I trust Conor McGregor more than John Jones. That's crazy talk. Like John Jones is way more reliable to fight than Conor McGregor is. You want to know why? Because he was just your heavyweight champion. So I'm just telling you right now, you might want to start pivoting towards John Jones fighting because there's no shot. He was saying like, I'm going to go be secluded for 6 months. No, he's not. Okay. You want to know why he can't be secluded for 6 months?
They don't have that yayo in the secluded area.
They don't have that yayo secluded, Leroy.
Unless you buy the yayo and bring it with you to
bring it with you.
I mean, like, do you think he can ration that?
Oh,
Dude,
no.
Conor McGregor got to be sweating somewhere, right? He can't just be by himself.
Yeah,
glasses, shirt wide open, sweating.
Whiskey blow. That's all he needs.
Michael Beasley says John Jones is not reliable. Are you kidding me? He's more reliable than Conor McGregor?
Which is saying, if you're trying to figure out between John Jones and Conor McGregor, who's the most reliable, you got problems to start.
Neither reliable, but like Conor McGregor's been telling you he's going to be fighting for 3 years. Where's the fights?
You're asking yourself who's the most reliable out of two cokeheads. You got problems.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Look, just have Alex Pereira be the main event for the against Tom Aspinall for the White House card. But
my question would be this. Since we are now doing stuff at the White House for the entertainment of the president, right? How he's not like saying, here's who I want to see fight.
I don't think he cares. Like, look, I'll give.
You don't think he cares?
I don't think.
You don't think he cares?
I don't think he cares. I think Trump. I'll tell you this about Trump. He does sit at the fights.
No, he does.
I think he's just happy to have it there. I don't think he really cares.
You don't think like Colby Covington will not want to be at that White House fight?
Maybe, yeah, maybe, but I don't think he cares. I think he's just the spectacle of it being there is the deal. Like, I don't think he needs Conor McGregor there.
Masvidal will come back for a fight.
Masvidal said he wants to come back for a fight. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
But he does he doesn't. I don't think it's like a huge thing. Oh, you got to get me Conor McGregor. It's like, I'll see if he can. He's been ever since he broke his leg. He hasn't fought, which is a hard injury to come back from and fight.
Hey, he's fought, just not in the ring.
That's true.
He's been fighting all kind of stuff. Old people, fighting in the club, fighting dehydration from all the stuff he done put in his body, fighting the English language with some of the things he been saying. Like, he been fighting. He done been about through 17 fights in the last 3 years. Not one of them has been in the ring.
None of them is physical.
Yeah.
Another person who's fighting, Breece Hall. This was him after losing to the Dolphins. He, was upset with the Jets' performance in that one.
It's a tale of, 3 out of our 4 losses. Teams will shoot themselves in the foot, then we come back and shoot ourselves in the head. So you can't win if defensively, or offensively, if we're not converting on third down, if we're not getting us to third and manageables. We're in 2nd and 25, 2nd and 20, 1st and 15, like getting stupid, dumb penalties and stuff. So that's been the frustrating thing because, we're moving the ball up and down the field at will, how we want to, or we'll come down and, get to the strike zone and then boom, 15-yard penalty, 10-yard penalty, and teams will just sit back in zone and, they're willing to give up that 3 and not give up that 7. So, and then making mistakes on, fumbles and all that type of stuff, crazy penalties. It's just been frustrating.
There you go.
He's right. He's accurate because, it's easy to look at the score of the game, but what gives it, some validation is the fact that you got 100+ more yards than the other team. Your time of possession was greater than the other team. The only way you can explain that is either with turnovers or penalties, and you had to get twice as much yards to get to the red zone.
You ran for 200 yards. You can't lose games if you rush for 200 yards.
It ain't even Vlad. The number Vlad is 125. 125 to 150. If you look at teams that run for that number, they usually win because it usually means they're controlling the clock. Now, there's some exceptions to that rule when you have guys who go for 80. Like Barry Sanders will go for 80 on one play and then average 3 yards the rest of the game. Yeah, so the numbers get skewed a little bit.
But if you run for 220 and one of them was an 80, you still ran for 140.
Right. No, exactly.
So I get that.
So you're right in that. It is hard. It is damn near impossible to run for 200 yards and lose a game unless you had some catastrophes going on as far as turnovers, picks, fumbles. Like, running for 200 yards in the NFL? Yeah, that's tough.
Finally, here in the mixed bag, Erik Spoelstra. He gives an update on how the things are going with Kel'el Ware.
I see flashes of it. I see flashes where he needs to be a whole lot better. This is a competitive camp. 2 days, guys are going after each other and going for wins. So he's been on the other side of that in the majority of the games. But he's starting to connect the dots of what his head coach is talking about. He had some really good flashes today. It's not enough to impact a win, and that's where we're pushing him to be able to do it more consistently, to access that talent, that we all see.
Hey, did Spo just kind of backhanded speaking himself in the third person?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, let me tell you this right now. We have an eclectic group of
coaches. Could you imagine Paul Maurice, Spo, and Mike McDaniel sitting in the room eating dinner?
Yeah, and then Cristobal's just off in the corner, just like doing push-ups.
And eating a
I think
cheeseburger.
Paul and Cristobal would get along great.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think everybody would get along great. I think they would all, at one point, Mario would want to hit Mike McDaniel.
It sounded like Spo was enjoying being in Serbia, throwing back drinks. He was like, he goes, I like being there. He goes, it's like we didn't talk basketball, having a couple adult beverages. He was enjoying himself in Serbia and Sweden. We'll take a break. More to come here on the show, including the Miami Heat signing up Jović. Does that mean he's got the inside track to the starting gig? Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you.
My favorite. Welcome back.
What's up, Doc? Take you guys up until 2. Let's get to our headlines this third hour, which are brought to you by Doral Kia. Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Kia or at DoralKia.com. News this morning as the Panthers signed defenseman Niko Mikkola, the Finnish polar bear, the condor. He has been locked up for 8 years with a $5 million annual average value. And so he will be sticking around, part of the Finnish core. He some quotes here from Jameson Olive from FloridaPanthers.com. He said, Niko Mikkola on signing, quote, saw all the boys signing here, so it was a no-brainer. He also says, quote, it's way more fun to play on a team that's good.
You think?
He then said, and then he said about the Panthers having 11 guys signed under contract. He said, you look around and you know the guys. All the guys are great. I've been enjoying it since the first day I came to Florida. And then he closed it out with, so happy for Niko Mikkola. Happy for Nikola Jović. That's our guy. We're happy for Jović getting his contract, 4 years, $62.4 million for the Miami Heat's power forward / center, that chameleon big man. And he gets that extension. The deadline was October 20th, same as Tyler Hero, but he's had the opportunity to sign this extension since July. So they had about 3 weeks left to spare, and he gets locked up for the next 4 years, which I'm very excited about. Don't have to go to restricted free agency, none of this qualifying offer nonsense. He gets a good deal, and I think the Heat's going to lean into him. I think the Heat they really like how he's grown. I think his shooting has taken some leaps the last couple of years. The things I would say he's got to. I think the thing that I worry with Niko is just what directly is the role going to be. And we talked a little bit about this with him at Media Day, is like he feels like he fills a lot of cracks on the team and can do a lot of different things. But is there something the Heat are going to particularly lean into with him? And then just, taking over the physicality of this league. Like, can he take advantage of that? Like, I think we're seeing more of that at this age, of him needing to be a better rebounder, take advantage of size mismatches, because they love throwing smaller guys on him. And if he can manipulate that, I think you're going to see a guy take a big time jump this year.
I think this is one of those situations where the Heat will have him fill a role, and if he doesn't end up being here for whatever reason, the next place he goes, they'll say just go ball out, and we'll see a different player. So I would say don't get caught up in how good Niko is based on what they ask him to do. And that just when you say, oh, he fills a lot of needs and he fills a lot of cracks, I mean, I think he should be one of those guys that can ball and be more of a contributor than just filling out cracks.
Yeah, I would like it. I mean, like, the thing is, it's just the hierarchy of the team, right? Like, it's
right.
not realistic on a team with Norman Powell, Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, and Andrew Wiggins. Like, he's going to lead the team in shots. It's probably just not going to happen.
Okay, even with all that, they've had a whole bunch of 80-point quarters in the last couple of years.
No, there's no doubt.
80-point games.
They got to revamp. Like, this offense was dreadful. I mean, it was a slow drip as it was, because it kind of leaned into Jimmy style, which was already like, hey, let's.
Which is another thing. You leaned into a style of offense that the main character wasn't present.
Right, and so they tried doing it
in a bad spot too.
They tried trying something different last year, didn't work, and Jimmy didn't like it, and then that all led to what it led to. And so I'm hopeful this year that Spo, going on his own little ayahuasca spirit quest of the summer, comes back and does lean into. He talks a lot about the flexibility of the team, and I do think that this is a team that has a lot of guys that can be together in different ways. Obviously, Tyler being out is a blow to the natural, point total of the team. They don't have a ton of shooting that you'd look on paper and be like, oh, we'll see how many Niko's going to take from downtown, because he certainly helps with that from some regards. And I think he's more comfortable being in that if he does end up on the starting lineup this year. I think he kind of froze out a little bit last year with that. I think he's more comfortable being in that spot this year.
I would also say this. The biggest difference in this team from this year to last year will be pace. Right? As long as Jimmy was on that team, sometimes the pace would come to a screeching halt. And that's probably played a lot into why they were defended so well and why they didn't get any easy buckets, because the pace was really slow. Now you got a lot of youth. You got guys who can run. You got wings who can, get up and down the court. And then you got some bigs, whether it's Bam, Jović, or even Kel'el, that can get up and down the court. So I'll be interested to see when the season starts how much more pace they play with.
Yeah, they're always going to say that, they want to play faster. I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. I can't buy into that because I feel like they always are selling that. But Niko plays like that. Like, that's the thing, is he brings.
But you got that. Niko, you got Pelle, you got Jakučionis, Bam can run, Kel'el can run, Wiggins can run, Powell can run. You have a lot of guys who can play that style of offense. And it wasn't, okay, we all gonna play that, and then when we get to the other end, we're gonna throw it to Jimmy and watch.
Very curious to see what happens with Jakučionis these first couple of preseason games with everybody banged up. Because I was thinking he was going to get them fourth quarter token minutes.
Oh, he might get moved up. Hey,
now I feel like it's going to be there for him in those early games. I'm like, all right, let's see if the kid's got something to him.
You say, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Exactly, dude.
I was not that my first action in the NFL. No, because they told me, because unlike basketball, right, where you just have a rotation and, you play until the coach is satisfied. Football, veterans play first. Then if you're you might get in, if you don't have that many veterans, you might get in at the second quarter, and then all the young guys play the second half. Well, 2 running backs got hurt, and I was just standing on the sideline minding my own business. Saying, I got that second half, dog. No, go. All right, so
I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't expecting that. I thought we had rules. You want me to abide by the rules, and then you change the rules the first game, which y'all want me to do.
I do think that him getting this deal, I don't know if it necessarily directly means he's going to start next to Bam, but it feels like it's leaning that way. I think that Kel'el, Kel'el's going to play, and I think the thing that's good about Niko is he's got a good chemistry with both of them. So, whatever they're going to stagger with those center minutes, I know they brought in Precious, but, I think Precious is here in case there's an ankle twist, something like that. I don't think that the plans are for him to be in the rotation. Maybe I'll be wrong, but I think the point is for him of hey, if Kel'el tweaks something, then you're in.
By the way, you have to make this work out. You know why? Because just based on all the things that you have tried to do, as far as trades and who teams would be interested in, it doesn't seem like anybody was interested in any of your players. So you better make it work here.
I don't know. We talking about the Durant thing?
Anybody.
I mean, they didn't want to trade Niko and they didn't want to trade Ware. I don't think that's necessarily true, but
okay, but yeah, you got to have some players you're going to keep. But okay, that's 2 guys, Bam and then Tyler. 4 guys of a 15-man roster, and you really didn't have any other players that you wanted. Is that an indication of, if that's more of an indication of where you are?
I don't really agree with your point that nobody wants them. I think that the Heat the Heat are always like in this mode where they want to make deals, but they want to like get a huge bargain for them. That's why they make the Norman Powell trade. Like, I think your question about like, do they have anybody on their roster that would get them a haul? I mean, I think the only guys probably that is Bam, and I've explained this, that there's not a lot of obvious fits for Bam either around the league, like outside of like San Antonio and Charlotte. There's not a lot of places where you'd be like, oh, he would be perfect there, and you would get a king's ransom for him, just based on where the other fits are around the league. So
he would probably, where he would fit good in that Draymond Green, the Draymond Green position, like doing something like that.
You mean like just specifically with the Warriors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
make me throw up. How about that?
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying. I'm just saying that when you think of roles that he could, if he was doing the same thing Draymond was doing in Golden State, he would already had a DPOY.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably with that Golden State media machine. Yeah, I would say so. If he goes to I guarantee, if Bam's ever a Laker, he'll win the Defensive Player of the Year the next year. There's no doubt about it. But I do wonder from the team standpoint, like when you say not trade guys, like it feels like a roster to me that someone's going to get dealt at some point this year. Like it just feels like.
But who like and see the difference between trades with basketball is there's other parameters that don't necessarily have anything to do with the talent of the player. So you can get an expiring deal, or you can trade an expiring deal, or you can trade a guy that's up for an extension that the other team don't want to give an extension to. Hence, that's what kind of happened with Luka, right? So there may be guys who become available that you might be able to get at a cheap price or a discounted price because of what you're going to have to deal with in the near future.
We'll take a break here on the program. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Let's get to a little 15 minutes of Game Day Uncensored here, brought to you by the Lexus TX. Room for all your passions and 3 rows of luxurious comfort. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer. As the Dolphins have the Carolina Panthers this week, who have not been very good.
I don't think this team is in a place.
Just stating a fact, Leroy didn't say anything about the Dolphins.
Okay. I mean,
they haven't been very good.
You know there's a counter to that, right, Tobin?
Neither is the Dolphins.
You know there's a Carolina Tobin that's saying the same thing about the Dolphins.
I would have nothing to begrudge them about.
Okay, at least no. That's where we were getting at.
I didn't say, boys. I don't know when I started the segment and I said Dolphins got this one in the bag. Welcome back to Tobin and Leroy. Didn't say that. Just happened to say a point. Just happened to say a point. The Carolina Panthers are not very good.
But
Carolina Tobin wants to say, if he wants to go in, all right, welcome back here to Hillbilly Jim. As we got Panthers, they taking on these Dolphins this week. Man, they stink. Hey, my Odyssey sister station up there, good for you guys. Have at it. I tell you what, there's only one person,
right?
only one person I'd rather have in this league who's better than Tua Tagovailoa. That's Bryce Young. 2 tiny birds of a feather there.
Both from Alabama?
Yes, both from Alabama. But no, I do think that, look, Dolphins are favored on the road this week. Let's go. But I see. Here's the thing, dude. I don't trust that defense yet. I don't know if they got anything set up to really make an impact.
They haven't stopped the run yet. You talking about the Dolphins defense?
Yes.
Hasn't stopped the run yet.
Yes.
I mean,
the game has stopped the run. The circumstance of the game have stopped the run, but you have not stopped the run.
Nope. It just feels like every team goes into that. We could dictate. We know what the terms of the game are going to be. I was like, maybe we should have seen it coming because it's a young defensive line. They don't know each other very well. But man, I didn't see it coming this bad.
Not give up a punt in 11 quarters.
That's crazy.
Now I will say this, and credit to Weaves for this. It took him a while, but he identified something in that defense, and he started cranking up the pressure, cranking up the games, doing a lot of other things to get more action around the line of scrimmage. And so from that standpoint, I see them making adjustments on the defensive side of the ball. However, one of my biggest concerns is the strength of the team. Have they really been getting consistent pressure?
Definitely not without blitzing, which they haven't even when they've done
right.
that. Haven't. No, it has.
And that's the part that before the season started, I said, Tobin, listen, the secondary can be okay if you get pressure on the quarterback. We've seen secondaries that teams have had questions about, but that front 4 and that front 7 have gotten so much pressure on the quarterback, you don't get to expose them. Mm-hmm. You hide that weakness. I never thought that after the 4th game of the season, I would be saying the secondary has been solid, especially when they ain't been getting no pressure.
Yep.
So this has gone totally different, and that's part of, what you think is going to happen during the season versus what actually happens. So I'm glad that they've kind of leaned into the strengths of their team, and now that they have more faith in the secondary, he's been bringing more pressure.
Anthony Weaver said this morning, this is from Barry Jackson's Twitter, he cautioned not to judge Kenneth Grant after 4 games. He said, quote, KG has tremendous talent, but until we match that talent with technique and fundamentals, the potential won't be reached.
Hey, let me tell you, I can't explain to you, think about this. As you move up through football, right, you've been dominant. Then you get to the NFL. And now you're playing across from a guy who's also been dominant as he worked his way up, right? And what happens is they all the offensive linemen have quick feet. All the offensive linemen have long arms. All the offensive linemen in the league have a certain kind of frame and a certain level of technique that you learn when you get to the NFL. And if you don't match that with equivalent technique on your side of the ball, you out there looking like Teddy. Jam. Oh, jam. Because they get them hands on you. Once that offensive line get them hands on you, it's over. It's like the jaws of life. You know what I'm saying? Same thing what they say about wide receivers. Wide receivers, they always get free releases. Then they get to the league, and then they have a DB right in his face. Now they got to learn how to release. They got to learn that technique. They got to learn how to get off the line of scrimmage and still get into your route. You know, so there's a period. And I don't know if 4 games is enough simply because you got to do it to where you're not thinking about it, right? If you're thinking about technique, you're going to get bulldozed. And then when you get bulldozed, gash in the run. So, yeah, he probably need more time.
And it's not position for position, but like Chop, it felt like it took about half the season.
And Chop didn't have to do half of the stuff because they could just put him in and say rush the passer.
Right.
So they could hide him a little bit and have him only be out there with his skill set. Like when you're in the middle, like it don't matter how good that pass rush is. If they gashing you in the middle, it's gonna be a long day.
Stuff, man. It's like Jimmy World.
What?
The middle. It's the biggest hit.
Dude, you can't come up with these intangible shows to explain.
You said you know all music.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Barry Jackson also tweets, the Dolphins allowing 5.1 yards per carry, 4th worst in the league. Anthony Weaver said today, quote, unfortunately, I've been calling a lot of blitzes to stop the run, which you don't want to do. Yeah. I've got a little Rex Ryan on me. I love the pressure. A lot of these pressures the past few games have been called because of run stopping issues.
Right. Look, you know what that's called? Coaching them up. Stop trying to put a square peg in a round hole. That you do what you got to do to get stops. Now, I know why he said that. Because if you keep doing it week after week after week, eventually they're gonna get you on the play action, and it's gonna look ugly. And so he's trying to avoid putting his team in that situation where one bad step gives up a 50-yard bomb. That being said, if you don't stop the run, it don't matter. So you got to take care of that, first. So I understand, like, once they get that film on you, once they start seeing some of your blitzes, right, they only need to gash you one time with it. And then you're going back right the hell up.
I don't really watch a ton of Carolina Panthers. Like, Bryce Young don't run, right? Because I feel like they have been taking on. I mean,
they've been taking on his life.
For his life. I'm saying is he a threat because like the Dolphins have been taking on some guys who can definitely run all year. Right. Whether it be the intangible twin wonders with Indiana Jones and Josh Allen, even though Josh Allen didn't like kill them with runs, he killed them with short passes, honestly.
Right. And that's a game plan. You know what that game plan was designed for? To neutralize that pass rush. That's what those quick passes do. You know what I mean? It's like we're going to throw a lot of quick passes, and I think sometimes you need to match up your secondary with that. So play tighter coverage and things like that. But it's a fact that if you can't stop the run, you open yourself up and you're susceptible to a whole bunch of offense that normally you wouldn't be susceptible to.
I mean, the good thing about last week, they were able to come up with some turnovers. Like that was another thing that they weren't making any impact plays either. So they got that going. There's some great plays there. But, yeah, this is still very much a work in progress. I strangely like the Dolphins on offense. The line held up okay last week. It wasn't a disaster. They made the switch at right guard.
Keep in mind that what also helped them a lot was they moved the pocket, which they hadn't really done that in the past. So they moved the pocket. They rolled Tua out. They did a lot of stuff in the backfield to kind of freeze the pass rush, like them little flippity doos that he does behind the back flip to
I do like the
Washington.
Flip. It's a fun play.
Right? A whole lot of things that they have done to try to neutralize the pass rush. So then that in itself, all you want to do with a defense is either make them look or take one wrong step. In the secondary, if you take one wrong step and you got speed coming at you, it's over, right? In the run game, if you got a guy looking, he getting blocked, right? When you run plays where they can just react and be full steam ahead, but a lot of that stuff, what it makes defenses do is uncertain. Okay, is it going here? Is it going there? Is it a reverse? Is it this? Who do I go after? And if you can get them to pause for a minute, it creates space.
Do you feel like with no Tyreek, like how do you think this team is going to get defended now though? Like, do you think it's just more attention on Waddle, or do you think that this is going to be a little bit, could it be easier in some regards because they're not going to be selling out so much to stop Tyreek?
What happens with a lot of this is I would just take Waddle and put him in the Tyreek position and then move Washington over to the Waddle position, or I would flip them. And when you can flip them and do the same things with both guys, that causes, issues with the secondary, because I'm guaranteeing you they're saying we're going to do the same things we would have done for Tyreek, but we're going to do it with Waddle. And so you can use that to your advantage by having a lot of different guys do the same thing. That way you're rotating to a guy and the play's not even going that way, right? So if you put Waddle left, they rotate the defense to try to have a man over the top because Waddle can run, and then you go backside with the tight end or Washington or Achane, and you go backside, you got some space over there. And it's just kind of one of those things. You got to be able to take advantage of that. You got to be able to take advantage of what you think the defense is going to try to do to stop you. I personally think that they're going to take and move everybody, every defense that you would have had planned for Tyreek, you're just going to move that to Waddle because they're going to assume that the Dolphins are going to take, and now because Waddle's a high-paid receiver, Waddle was the second best, they're going to move him up. So use that to your advantage and have a bunch of different guys doing that stuff instead of just Waddle. And now you can create space all over the field, because if they're going to try to double Waddle or try to eliminate Waddle, now you got Achane, who might be faster than Waddle, singled up with who? Yeah, now you got a tight end who's a giant, singled up with who? Now you got Washington, who can run after the catch, which a lot of these guys can do. Now you got him singled up. So what are they going to do? If they back up and play, even, now you can expose Waddle and get him some run.
It was funny yesterday because I was listening to his press conference and he was talking about Darren Waller and like the first touchdown throw where he just threw it up to him. And it was almost like somebody saw, like Tua saw a UFO because he didn't know what to do with a 6'5" target.
Because he usually throws to short people. So the fact that he threw one and the guy actually caught it, he's like, oh, I could do that?
He goes, this is crazy. I didn't know you could do that.
I tell you what, I don't think people realize how good a throw that was in the back of the end zone.
It was impressive, man. Great play.
That like, if he wouldn't have caught it, nobody's catching it. You know what I mean?
Right, but that's the problem. It was a fourth down. If he threw that and he didn't catch it, people would be like, what the hell are you throwing at? Because you didn't give your receiver a chance to make the catch. It was a great throw because the receiver made the catch. But if Darren Waller doesn't jump and make that catch, we're all wondering, who the hell was he throwing it to?
But if Darren Waller wasn't there, he probably wouldn't have thrown it there like the way he did, because he was kind of covered.
Oh, no, he was double covered.
Yeah, he's just a giraffe.
Right.
Like but I'm just like, it was funny hearing too, because he's just like, huh. This is new. I've never had this.
It was like a kid when they open a new toy. They're like, oh,
yeah,
this is fun. I've never experienced this type of joy.
What do I do with myself here?
He opened that thing up like PlayStation 2.
Take a break. We'll play a little Goosies. No Goosies next. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, to get to our favorite Thursday game. A little Goosies. No Goosies. Hello, Jennifer.
Hello.
What do we have today for Goose No Goose?
Well, first we're going to start off with Erik Spoelstra on Kasparas Jakučionis.
Here was what Spo had to say yesterday on his rookie point guard.
All of us really loved it. The guys mentioned it after the practice, the battle between he and Davion. They're both pit bulls. Davion's a more veteran, seasoned NBA pit bull. But Cass has those kind of qualities in him. They were going at it after each other, all in a good way. It's scrappiness. If you didn't know them, you'd think that it's something else. But it was all respect. They lost a couple of the battles, but he's putting his nose in there. I love his competitiveness.
Wow.
He already has a nickname for him and everything.
Wow. How about that? A couple of pit bulls going after it. I got the Goosies. I'm happy to hear it. Feels like Spo's impressed by the rookie's spirit. Now, as we got on here, some news that Kasparas did not practice today because of a sprained left wrist, but MRIs were negative. The Heaters, their guards are dropping like flies right now.
Yeah,
they're like Dolphins cornerbacks.
Every one of them is getting hurt. Damn it, dude.
So much for these pit bulls.
I guess too much pit bulling yesterday with Davion Mitchell. I don't know. What do you got, Leroy? Goosies or no Goosies?
I got Goosies. I'm very interested to see how my man's going to play out. He's got a little of that Pelle in him.
Yep.
All over the place. But here's the problem. They're going to need him to handle the ball some. So he got to get over those turnovers and those careless passes.
That's for sure. That's why he's got Mr. Miyagi there for him.
Who?
Goran Dragic.
Goran?
Yeah, Goran was at camp. Day one.
He's a mentor.
He's a mentor.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. He's taking him under his dragon wing.
You don't think Davion would be more of a help?
I think Davion will help.
One.
Okay.
Why minus one?
Is that for the wing?
Dragon wing?
Right under his dragon wing and taking him under his wing, but he has a dragon wing.
-1.
Dragon.
Stop.
Why?
Dude, hey,
no.
You know what I love about him? He thinks if he say it 5 times, it's gonna catch on.
No, he said it and tried to get away with it, right? Didn't realize
I feel like
he
that's
it.
like the least.
But the
of
minute
the
I
things
gave
that
him
he's
a
done today.
-1, it was like, oh, somebody did hear it. Why did you give me a -1?
Why?
What you said. And then it gave him a reason to do it again, to try to sell. He's a seller, this one. He's a seller.
Have you ever been in sales?
No.
He tried to sell the joke or sell the board. You're like a performer battle rapper. You try to sell
it's
your bar.
hilarious. It's hilarious how you are with that, and then you'll call me and say, "Hey man, we got something tomorrow. If you can make it, then I'd appreciate." And I'm like, use that same energy. I like that same energy.
I'll try. I don't know. I mean, let's try it on for size. We'll see.
First of all, you could do the whole starting 5 underneath that wing you showed up there. So let's be careful how we talking about wings, gogi wings,
You call him
dragon
fat?
wings, huh?
Was that you shaming him for a second?
No,
Were you
just
fat?
said he had a big wing. Your wing is bigger than
You know what?
gogi.
When you say it like that, that's it. That's a shame.
No, it's not.
You
It's
fat
like a
shame.
-1 for shaming. When do we get those?
-1.
For shaming.
What do you got? Goosies, Jennifer?
Yeah, it was a nice picture to paint. I have the Goosies. Hopefully, this doesn't get in the way of us seeing him.
Goosies. What about you, Vlad?
Not really.
No.
Okay.
No Goosies.
Into that
Vlad's
76 season.
Nah. Somebody said he did that with Ware last year and didn't play.
I don't remember him
He
saying
does big up the rookies before the season, like during training camp, and then
And
you
then they
don't see, like,
disappear.
and then they're sent to Sioux Falls within days.
Oh, he's gonna spend. Listen, he better get ready to learn South Dakota, buddy. Like he's gonna be at Sioux Falls. But I think the interesting thing with the preseason is everybody was dropping.
Can you
like,
imagine that? We go, He goes from Arizona to Florida.
Illinois.
He has something. All right. Illinois to Florida, then to Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls is a different animal.
What else we got for Goosey's, no Goosey's, Jennifer?
Well, you guys apologized about him this week. We have Darren Waller on still having it.
Yeah, I think naturally it's human to have some uncertainty, having not just been in the line of fire with the bullets flying at full speed. So, it feels good to get back in the mix and know that, I'm still capable of contributing and being one of the guys on offense that the team can lean on.
Now I got the Goosies. I didn't think he could do it. I mean, who doesn't have a good Goosey surprise every now and then?
He could put all the other wide receivers under his wing.
That's true.
His dragon wing?
They don't call him the dragon.
He could put them all behind.
Point for J.
Get underneath the wall.
I saw what you did there. I'm going to give you a point.
He gets a point for that, and I don't for dragon wing?
I give you that.
All he did was lop out the last two letters.
That's what you always do, and you always get a point for that. But it was subtle. Leroy wasn't, because Leroy doesn't go for that. Leroy's not trying to sell his bar. That was very subtle, and I was like, "Oh, you know what? I got that. Okay, cool. Give you a point."
He didn't have to explain himself.
Right, dragon wing, like keeps on going. Dragon wing.
A lot of things, Vlad.
You're about to start doing
dragon wing. I'm like,
I just didn't think you guys got it because it's like, look, the
got
wing, it's out, and then here's Kasparas right here under the wing.
Now it's like you're airing out your armpit.
You weren't subtle about it. I was just like, get under the wall.
Yeah, you and subtlety. That's a dynamic duo.
But see, I feel like
That's what they say about Leroy Horde.
I was
subtle. No, totally. But then, like, you guys called him out, so it's no longer subtle.
No, then you start flapping like you were gonna fly.
We're gonna say that the guy who
did a chicken dance at one point.
The guy who was fat shaming people at the Heat tour in the gym is subtle.
I was not fat shaming.
Yes, you were. Well, you were short shaming.
Hey,
we were sitting here.
Size
in the gym.
ain't have nothing to do with the dude with the flip flops and the booty shorts.
You thought those shorts were a good choice? As it echoes.
Wait. Is that what you do? You always question people with their size or height.
He's whispering in
wardrobe, with their wardrobe choices on.
Dude, he
did
had
that with the
on,
Eagles guy, right?
He
with
had
the,
on booty
tournament.
busters. Sorry.
Footy busters?
Booty busters.
Oh, booty busters. Jeez.
Yeah. I'm like, I was just trying to figure out what look he was going with because he had on, the Canadian flip flops with the strap in the back, right? And then he had some pants that were. He probably made the trip in June, but he bought his shorts in January.
There you go.
We've all done it. Hey,
yes, I have the goose.
We have all done it. Tell me you ain't buying some clothes early for a trip, and then when the trip came up, you realize that who are you kidding? I've done it.
I've learned the hard way of trying on the clothes before they get in the bag.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
Jennifer, you got the Goosies for Darren Waller?
I do. He's also responsible for this win.
Yep.
Vlad? Goosies.
I guess I got to give Goosies because I was ripping them, so I got to eat.
Hey, we got to eat. We ate it on Monday.
I apologize to him for this week because we all know if he has a crappy performance on Sunday, we're right back.
I'm not going to even say. I'm not going to even do that.
I think he's already.
I'm not going to even do that.
I don't think you can do anything, Vlad, that hasn't already exceeded my expectations. Like when they signed Darren Waller, if you would have told me he would have had 2 touchdowns all season, I would have said, no, I'm taking the under. I think the rest of his season is house money.
Really? After that performance on Monday night? Yeah, okay.
I think the rest of it is house money for me. I'm like, I can't sit here and be like, well, if he stinks against the Panthers, like I didn't think he was going to be good in any game.
Right.
But
in any game whatsoever.
As much as we may crack jokes, I am all for reclamations and everybody getting a second chance and everybody doing well in their second chance. So Goosies for Darren Waller.
Goosies. All right. What's next, Jennifer?
Our QB1 Tua had some things to say about Jalen Waddle.
I mean, my first 3 years with him, first time he came to the league, he's been able to have 1,000-yard years. Those first 2 years, in the league for him. And so it's one of those where we get right back into that. And, you know, Jalen understands the offense a lot better than he did, you know, the first year Mike came here. So I trust that he's going to be where he needs to be. And we've built that chemistry from Alabama all the way till now. But, you know, that doesn't – Jalen knows that doesn't give way to me just always looking for him as the target. You know, we got to go through the progression and see what the defense wants to run now that, you know, 10 is out. Do they still want to stay in the two high deals, or do they now like their matchups to where they can sort of crowd the box now?
Yeah, valid points. All valid points.
Valid points.
Especially with the success Achane has been having, right? They might creep up a little bit, and then you might get that pop down the field because they creeping up. So I'll be interested to see that. It'll be interesting to see how they attack it. Do they use a defense to stop Tua or a defense to stop Achane? Because, you know, everybody think you can stop Tua by just packing the middle of the field.
So you got the Goosies?
Yeah, of course. Of course. I like the way the man's talking. I like the way he's thinking right now.
Jennifer, you got the Goosies?
I got the Goosies.
Goosies.
Yeah, why not? That's his boy. Like, what? That's his man's for like the last 6 years. Of course, he's gonna have some type of bond with him.
Hey, we all have that guy. Tobin knows who my guy is.
What, Robert Smith or Metcalf?
Steve Everett.
Oh, Steve Everett.
Yeah,
I played more football
for Michigan, right?
I played more football with Steve Everett than I played with anybody.
Sometimes I forget about him in the Keys.
Remember the hurricane that was coming? We didn't know whether it was going to hit the West Coast or the East Coast. He FaceTimed me and said, I had to get my boat up out of here. I'm like, where you going? Well, we just went around Florida and we're in the Gulf right now. I'm like, the storm is coming there. He said, I got somewhere to go. So they were just family, was just on the boat.
He's a pirate.
Dude, that's one badass pirate. Let me tell you.
Well,
them lobsters ain't have a chance down there in the Keys.
We'll take a break. More to come here. Final hour of the show. Back after this. All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. As we take you guys up until 2, we've been bringing our Media Day interviews for those who missed Media Day on Monday. Keyshawn Johnson, who I'm very excited about his upcoming season. We're going to bring that to you this hour.
Vlad, I was taken aback by how swole dude is. He's a big boy.
Oh, no, he's a big boy. He's a big athletic boy.
Yes, he ain't built like the last guy we had with that much athleticism, Derrick Jones Jr.
Oh,
and he was built like a stick. This dude is swole. I mean, he damn near looked like he's the same size as Bam.
He's a moose.
Yeah, he's
that big.
Yeah, he's a moose.
And so when I'm sitting there,
almost as swole as Kel'el.
When I'm sitting
Different
there,
frame.
When I'm sitting there
7'1".
looking at him, it's hard to imagine like some of the dunks and athleticism that this dude possesses, right?
Yep.
Because you're looking at the size and like, how is he, jumping out of gyms and stuff?
He said he was in hostile territory because of the San Diego State FAU beef, which I didn't know existed, but apparently it does. You think Vlad Golden walks around big man on campus this week? He shows everybody the hot spots.
What's his name?
Who?
What is his name?
Oh, Vladislav. I'm sorry. Okay. Vladislav Golden. I realized different rules on the show. Vladislav Golden.
There's only one Vlad in this town.
Headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia. Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. The Heat looks like they've just wrapped up day 3 of training camp. And
they only practice once?
I think so. I don't know I think there's like they scrimmage. I think Spo said they're going to be doing a lot of scrimmaging. Like he just wants to see him play.
Compete.
Yeah, just compete. Yeah. So he is so day 3 looks like it's wrapping up. I see some of the reporters boots on the ground. They're putting up videos of them shooting. And they start the preseason on Friday. I would imagine Niko is probably going to speak after practice today, so we'll get his thoughts on the extension.
How excited are you? Let me put it this way: are you more excited to have no drama, more excited to have reasonable health, or more excited just to see some of the new era of the Heat?
I'm excited about the new era.
Okay,
because I think I think that. I'm excited them to lean into a lot of size. Finally, I am excited to see what Norman Powell brings to the table and what that's going to bring, because he's coming in with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. It sounds like he kind of felt cast off by the Clippers. But listen, you probably want to get out of that Clippers situation anyway, Norm, because they're about to blow up that team with all the shenanigans going around with their under the table payments.
Right.
So it's probably good he got away from a drama situation, because it ain't like James Harden's going to be there to save you guys.
Are you worried that going into this year, there's not really a whole bunch of kind of looking at this season, there's not a lot of expectations?
Definitely not. No, I would say there's zero expectations on
and
the Heat.
It's been a while since you've gone into a season without any real expectations, because you would always make the assumption Jimmy gonna beat Jimmy and they'll get it going and they've been in the mix, and then last year was like just blah.
Yep.
So this year, like, you can't even put like, what expectations do you have of this team?
I really don't know, because I don't even know what the makeup of the team's going to be. It's really one of these things. Like, I'm just showing up and I'm going to see what they roll out. I know it would annoy me. Like if Spo really does put Kel'el in the doghouse, that would certainly piss me off. But other than that, I'm pretty open on everything. Like I'm pretty open to everybody stepping up. I'm open to all ideas and how they go about this, and they're going to be tested early. They got some tough competition. They got a West Coast trip. They got a lot of Knicks and Cavs on their schedule. So I think we're gonna have a good grasp from the outset if whatever they think is gonna work works. Spo teams are typically better in the second half, so that's another thing. Like, they can get out of the gate.
How far can they get behind? How far are they going to be behind it when they turn it around?
Right.
Well, so my thing is that I think from the standpoint of the team and Spo, there's no way in hell it could be any more difficult than starting the season the way it did last year, as far as
No
with
way.
Jimmy, with the injuries, with all that stuff. So I think everybody should feel good just not having to deal with stuff. Now it's unfortunate Tyler got hurt.
Yep.
But you might learn about some of your young guys sooner than you thought.
Yeah, Tyler yesterday was, I believe, the first day eligible for his extension. I wonder, he had said that he expects the team and representation to sit down, but nothing done day one. Well, day one. We'll see.
I would say that here's how. If you go to sit down with Pat to get an extension, that has a chance of going the wrong way. Right? Like
and making a stink?
Well, not making a stink, but just even suggesting that let's talk about this extension when
Right.
the thing that Pat has had a problem with
Is durability.
Right.
Yep.
So don't you have to be you how do you go about that? Do you just say, yeah, we'll talk later? Or do you, if you're Tyler's representative, do you kind of try to push it a little bit?
Well, I mean, I don't know the next time he's going to talk about it, right? Because they only got till October 20th, I think. It's not a very long window, and Tyler's not playing. And usually, if you play for the Heat, they don't have you talk if you're not playing.
Right.
So let's say he comes back in November. I'm sure he'll be asked about if it doesn't happen, but I don't know. He said he's not going to pull a Jimmy. He's not going to lose his joy, according to him. But
I see him, having conversations with him, and we probably talk to him every year. He doesn't seem like, he's going to pull a 180 on this. Like if he says, look, I'm good, I'm not, I think he already has an idea of how to handle the situation and not
agreed
and not go about it the way, especially when you got an example of last year, how things could go sideways.
Speaking of making a stink, one of the headlines in the NFL has been the Eagles, though undefeated, their star receiver.
They've won 20 of their last 21 games, including the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And we are sitting here. Now, everybody has said these words. And this is what I've seen on TV. This is what I heard comments. This is not sustainable. And what I would say to you is, really? Because they've been doing the same thing for 2 years.
No. Because you guys were saying the same thing about the Kansas City Chiefs last year.
Right.
And then what were we saying? It's not sustainable. Sooner or later, it's going to come bite you in the ass.
Right.
And what happened? They got bit in the ass in the Super Bowl.
Correct.
In the same way that the Kansas City Chiefs were playing.
No, but one difference, right? Last year, they damn near led the league in rushing. This year, they're struggling running the football. So I can understand why they say this version is sustainable. But here's what I would say. If you're winning, you have time to fix it, right? Like if this was causing nothing but losses, but your guys are still competing, your guys are still, dominating the line of scrimmage, even though you're not having as much success as you would like. But I would challenge any fan base in the world to come to me with your problems of we've won 20 of the last 21 games, including the Super Bowl, and we don't like what our offense is doing right now. I challenge anybody to come to me with what I'm going through in my football fandom and try to get me to buy that BS.
Well, somebody talked to A.J. Brown about it, but this is what he had to say on not getting the ball.
I don't think it's a bad thing for wanting the ball. It's not just for targets or anything to put numbers up. But no, I see that we're struggling, and I'm a guy that wants the ball in those times when we can't find a way. Give it to me. Like when the game's on the line, give the ball to me. I want that. I want that pressure. I put it on myself, and I work hard for it. And that's what, the misconstruction perspective you can about me, but it is what it is. And I don't care, to be honest, because my teammates know. My teammates know that when the game's on the line, look at me. you know, and I want everybody in the stadium to know that, you know. That's not a secret, you know. I'm not shying away from that, and so that's when you see that frustration because that hunger comes out, and it's because I see you struggling, and I believe that you give the ball to me, I'm gonna open up things, and I'm gonna get this thing going. You can put it on my back.
There you go, AJ Brown.
You know what? Of all the guys that complained about not getting the ball, he probably handled it the best as far as why he feels that way. So people can understand where he's coming from, right? And not gonna hold it against him. Oh, he's being a diva wide receiver or whatever. That didn't come across as being a diva wide receiver at all, even though he wanted some of the same things that other guys have said.
Very busy with the thumbs after games.
Oh, yeah.
Take a break. More to come here on the show. We're back after this. All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Get to another set of 15 minutes of Gameday Uncensored here, brought to you by the Lexus TX. Room for all your passions in 3 rows of luxurious comfort. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer. As we got a big football weekend ahead. Canes taking on FSU. Big-time rivalry matchup. You know, lost a little sting with those damn Seminoles losing to Virginia, but task at hand. Got to go continue this role for Mario Cristobal and the boys. As the thing that's been great about watching this team is it feels like they just dictate everything in the trenches. They're running over people, but I would like to see, Carson Beck didn't have the smoothest game last time around, but it is nice to know that a guy with his experience going onto their first road game, Leroy, I feel comfortable. Like I don't feel nervous about that whole situation.
Yep. I mean, it's the style that they play with travels anywhere. And that's the cool thing about what they're doing now, that you can take that offense and defensive line and play anywhere in the world at any time under any condition. The way they play football right now is, it travels well. And so from that standpoint, you don't have to worry about crowd noise. You don't have to worry about a lot of things when you're just lining up and playing smash mouth football.
I would like to leave that sad. Who's that guy who reads the book at the FSU games? That sad, grumpy FSU fan. I would love in the fourth quarter with this thing just getting salted away. They just go to him and he's sitting there with his beet red skin after just basking in it, just reading a book. Sad. Was the backpack to honor him? Was that why they came up with the backpack, to honor the book guy?
I don't know.
Do you think they hung up the backpack somewhere? Where does the
I'm gonna tell you where they probably put it. They probably put it next to that picture.
Oh, the Martin Luther King chop?
Yeah.
With the wide receiver glove?
Yeah.
It was the wide receiver glove that really was top notch. How can we honor Dr. King? I know. Let's have him do the tomahawk chop, but also with one of our wide receiver gloves on, so people really know.
I guess.
Like, unbelievable.
I guess it's amazing that actually happened, right? And like, goodness, what did you do?
Just a terrible decision on their part. Really something. Really just like, what? I don't know. Who knows what they're thinking. I saw these rap bastards yesterday on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were, first of all, I'm tired of this cat's disrespect that's going around because the Panthers being on at 5 p.m. next week is just already laughable. Like, the idea that we all have to take off of work to go watch the champs raise the banner is so silly. I don't even remember who they put into prime time, but I know that it's not the 2-time defending
Pittsburgh Rangers.
Oh, okay. The Pittsburgh Penguins, who are casting everybody off, and Sidney Crosby, who's trying to weasel his way down here.
Yeah,
Great, good for them. Yeah. Well, putting the Cats on at 5 p.m. is already stupid. But then I had this nerd who was on the Cubs broadcast yesterday, and like they were plugging opening night, and he goes, "I can tell you, I'm not gonna watch it." Hey, dude, do me a favor, then shut up and don't. All right, like if you're not having a good time watching hockey, I'm sorry. We'll all catch the next Cubs Padres game, which I'm sure just did vast ratings.
Why do you get so caught up in what everybody?
Shut up, dude. Like, let the broadcaster do his promo. You don't have to sneak in there with it. I will be watching. Cool. Don't.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
I don't need your additional add-ins there, broadcaster guy. Why don't you go keep somebody out of the Hall of Fame? Because that's all what baseball media loves to do. Keep people out of the Hall of Fame.
Or be the one guy who doesn't vote, so he's not unanimous.
I don't begrudge. Look, if I don't like something, I don't like it. That's it. I just keep it to myself. Like, These soccer fans
don't.
Hey, you keep it to
Come
yourself.
on.
These soccer fans have been trying to get me to like soccer forever. And I'm like, I'm trying, but a lot of rules, a lot of different stakes. Brittany, she won't stop talking about that F1. I'm like,
No.
In my honesty,
You're
I'm
not
thinking
gonna
to
go
myself,
ahead and let her catch strays like that.
No, I'm not. But like, in all honesty, I'm thinking to myself, who cares about this stupid F1? But I know people like to go there and hobnob. I don't judge anybody. I don't say it out loud that F1 is just stupid and fixed and the same two people win. I don't say that. So I don't understand why I got to have some baseball broadcaster come here and be like, I don't care about the Panthers. All right, cool. You don't care about a potential dynasty? Then you don't like sports, my guy. I don't know what to tell you. You hack. But like, I'm just, I'm not sitting here
Can I
judging
just
other
tell
people.
you?
Like, I don't.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
Yes,
I'm
you
not,
are. Oh my goodness,
I'm not doing
I'm
that.
sitting here
I don't
judging.
force-
We're in this. Wait,
No, but
you
you can't if you're
contradicted
gonna watch
yourself
her.
in the same damn conversation.
How so?
I don't sit here and judge people based on what
And then
you
you're
call
out
that
here
guy?
judging
Hey,
Brittany for watching
hey,
F1.
broadcasting guy. Hey,
How did I judge her?
broadcasting
How
guy.
did I judge her?
You literally said, "Oh, people just go there to hobnob and this and that." So you're basically saying that she goes to
I'm
hobnob.
just
No,
saying
she
I
doesn't.
don't
She
get
goes
it.
to watch.
I'm not
She
saying
does
that.
it.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like I could. I say I'm giving you the example. See, this is you. It's tough for you to unbox. I understand, Burger, because you're probably plotting your next crime. What I said was, if you want to watch F1,
now. Oh my God.
let me explain. What I said was, if you want to actually watch F1, be happy with yourself. I don't have to sit here and give you my thoughts on how I think F1 is stupid and just go vroom vroom waste.
You're literally giving
That's
the
all-
thoughts as you're saying it.
But I'm not, though. I'm not. I'm just saying I'm keeping those to myself. I'm just using this as an example.
You're really
What I
not.
would really
You're
say is,
right.
if Brittany said, "Oh, F1's on this week," I said, "Oh, enjoy yourself, Brittany. I love that you love the NASCAR. So that's great."
You're doing it all over.
I'm doing something completely
Not
different.
only now you're totally being disrespectful.
Now
No,
you're
no, 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 no.
disrespecting Brittany and her likes.
I'm glad that Brittany loves the wee vroom vroom cars. It's fun. That's what I'm telling you is I wouldn't do that. But this jackass during the Cubs game is like, oh, hockey. Who wants that? Like, dude, what? You're doing Cubs Padres. You're not exactly doing Yankees Red Sox.
This is not judging,
Hey,
however.
Hey, can I just tell you, in your efforts to explain, you had just dug that hole deeper.
I don't think I have. I think I've been
You
doing this.
literally put yourself in the box, somehow managed to put tape over, and then ship yourself.
I don't think so. I mean, like, I'm telling you, if you guys want to enjoy the
And you
stupid
didn't even
racing,
do overnight. You did.
You guys a
ground.
great game this week. We're all gonna be like, wee woo.
Yeah, if that's her favorite, I'm not here to judge Brittany. Good for her. I'm happy for her.
Wait,
I don't know. I don't think you're
she's
that
not-
happy for her.
So she's not even here, and she's speaking on behalf
That
of
actually
F1?
scared me. I was like,
Yes.
"Is
You
this
guys a
over
great
now?"
game this week. We're all gonna be like, wee woo.
I'm not sitting here like forcing UFC on anybody. You don't want to watch UFC, don't watch UFC. I'm not going to sit here convincing you in the rest of your life. If you want to be enjoying one of the greatest sports you've ever seen in your life, then fine. I mean, I would love you to come along, but if you don't, then don't. I don't care.
I think.
I wouldn't like you disparaging what. Oh, I don't give a rat's ass about it. Okay, then don't.
I would
Keep it to
say
yourself.
this: we have all loved hockey, but this team in the last 3 years has really gotten us into hockey. So,
Right,
it's not
and-
too late. It's
and
not
what's-
too late.
And what's the
Time out.
reward?
Leroy.
What's
What's
the
up?
reward being put on at 5 in the
Hold on,
afternoon?
Leroy. Hold on. One
What's
of
up?
our great listeners on YouTube and Twitch has a great comment. The Josiah James. This is from a guy who all he talked about during the summer was Euro basketball.
Right.
And you're going in on our colleague Brittany loving F1 and all the stuff that you
Wait,
tried to
Brittany don't have to buy a
Euro
subscription.
basketball.
Again. Oh yes, she does. You got to buy a ton of subscriptions. ESPN Plus, Peacock Plus.
For F1, no, you
I
don't.
think that people have already.
100%. You think they're all free?
ESPN 2. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't
Listen,
do that. Okay.
Again, nobody judged Brittany for watching her dumb racing.
Hey,
I'm glad that
Niko-
Brittany likes her.
Niko is
racing.
the only one who did
Right
judge
now,
you.
See, that's messed up. You don't have to call
I
it
am
dumb.
happy that Brittany likes the stupid cars going around.
See,
and around.
how you
Okay,
I
calling
don't
it
understand
stupid.
why
And
you guys are making a
And
point.
then
that
when we
this is-
called it, and then when we called your Euro basketball crappy, You
Well,
got
it's
all
not. I
offended.
mean,
What about like
it's a
Ethan
good
is the one
crappy.
saying that you talk too much about
it wasn't.
UFC?
Oh, no. It wasn't crappy. And second of all, none of you did come and watch it. And you wanted something? I didn't need you to because I was enjoying it
But
myself.
you were
So
convincing
why can't
Leroy
she
to
enjoy
watch it.
F1?
She can. Why
Why are you mocking and making fun of?
I'm
Why
not.
you
That's
call
my
her
whole point.
dumb?
I
You called
would. I
them
would just.
dumb, stupid cars.
I never said that. She can enjoy her cars all she wants.
-1.
Like,
You're lying.
who is judging
you
that? Brittany
not
likes
hear yourself?
she likes her stupid
Oh, my
NASCAR. This
goodness.
is-
Why you gotta say stupid?
No,
Can
continue
you not put an
saying it.
adjective in front of that?
What are you guys talking about? I'm happy that she likes her dumb NASCAR.
I'm
She's
literally going
happy
to
that you love your stupid
Hey,
Euro basketball.
By the way,
doing this on
the only
purpose.
person
Like, cut us off.
the only person that knew how you were watching Euro basketball was Niko.
Yeah,
He even spit out the company.
he's the best.
Yeah, like he knows that. Oh man, you're quit. You're dumb. You're gonna be charged for the next 15 years for nothing.
I should go cancel that before
You
the
should.
Yes!
Yeah, for sure.
should go get that. Another great guy at Heat Media Day, Keyshawn Johnson. What a delight this guy was. Can't wait to see what he brings to the table. He joins us next. Keyshawn Johnson is sitting down with us here at Miami Heat Media Day as the Heat getting ready to go to Boca. You a fan of the Boca training camp, Keyshawn, or you missed the Bahamas?
I'm San Diego State Aztec, so we got some little rivalry going on out there in Boca at FAU. So we're gonna see how they give me love.
You gonna ask Vlad Golden to show you the ropes around Boca?
I probably can't hang out with Vlad Golden. They gonna probably get him for hanging out with the ops.
Hey man, like you are tremendously entertaining, Keyshawn. Like I love watching every type of arsenal of dunk that you come out with. Do you have a favorite type of dunk? What is the coolest dunk that you can do? Because I'll just see you, and it seems like you got a new thing spinning and windmilling all the time.
Yeah, I kind of just go up there and try to float. When you get into that mode where you're just trying things, just putting your athleticism to the test, some new things just coming to mind. So I don't know. I still think I got more in the tank. Like I be seeing a lot of dunkers on the internet doing a lot of different crazy dunks, but I feel like I still got more bounce than them, and they hand-eye coordination just a little bit better. So I don't know. I'm still trying to add to my package, to my backpack.
Explain when he's done.
The
athleticism part of it. All right.
I kind of lost him there. I kind of lost him.
The highest I've jumped. He's very. Listen, you can fly, man. Is a dunk contest? Would that be something you'd like to do in your NBA career?
I'm kind of 50-50 with it because a lot of times dunkers go out there and do crazy dunks and still end up with 44s, 45s when it's really a 50. Just like
another dunker knows how difficult a dunk is that somebody did, but some of the guys that are watching it don't fully appreciate it.
Exactly, and I wouldn't want to put myself in that position. Like, really give all I got and only get a 43 out of something that's really crazy.
Because remember, what year was it when Dwight Howard put his picture on the thing and we couldn't even appreciate it because it was all right.
Everybody can't just comprehend the difficulty.
Right. I think the craziest dunk contest was when who was it? Gordon and
Levine.
When they were going under because that was the first time round the back under.
I'm talking about at that point you just got to give them both the trophy. 50 after 50 after 50. You can't just
first try dunks. They ain't have to do it over again.
Man,
it was
first
crazy.
try straight through the rim with power. So I would just say with that one, I think that's the best dunk contest ever.
Yes.
So I think if you're trying to argue that, you can't really argue that. But within that, they had 50 after 50 after 50. I think it got to a point where they had to give somebody a 49 because everybody had to go home.
Right.
I don't want to put myself.
You don't want to push your.
I mean, Jaime jumped over Shaq, and they're yawning at him. I was like, that's crazy.
He jumped over Shaq.
Come on, man.
Is that so? That's the thing that. Plus, I like in-game dunks anyway because it's real basketball. I like when guys challenging you to dunk and you still dunk on. That's dunking.
Yeah.
You want to see a dunk contest? Yeah. Watch me dunk on this dude while he trying to defend me.
Yeah, it's a real thrill that come with the real in-game dunk. You see a windmill in-game, all right, that's not normal. Everybody don't got the guts to do nothing like that and the athleticism to do that. So, yeah, I consider myself really an in-game dunker as well, opposed to just being a dunk contest. But, I can do a lot, though.
So, you super athletic. You have all that. What has been the thing that you worked on this offseason to improve the other stuff?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because one of the reasons why is you got to have this man on your team. He's just so athletic. But is it the offense? Is it the defensive stuff? What have you worked on this year to get all that into play?
First and foremost, the defense, that's a given. You got to go out there and give effort on defensive end, especially within Heat culture and the Heat organization. But offensively, I figure I throughout this summer I did a lot of working on myself, a lot of working on my own in-game like bag, I would say, just in case I ever get the 3-2-1 opportunity, things of that nature. But we always still sharpen the tools on just being that role guy in that corner, being able to hit the open shot from when Tyler or Bam or whoever the case may be getting double teamed when they just got to kick it out to a relief guy, being that guy. So I've been doing a lot of that. But, the summer is the time where you really work on yourself. So I've been doing a lot of work on myself, working on go-to moves and so on and so forth.
How crazy is it that you and Pelle are in this journey together? That's pretty wild. The two teammates get to start off and be side by side through all of this.
Mm-hmm. That's my guy. So we've been going to battle with each other throughout practice for 2 years now, for real. So just seeing him, and so he got picked with Miami Heat, and then I end up signing like 30 minutes later. I didn't process it, but once I sat down, Pelle went to Miami too. I'm like, nah, this is God. This the man above, making everything happen. My journey, I can't write it no better than this. So it's only one good author that could make the best book in the world, and that's God. So him putting Pelle, keeping Pelle within my life, and Pelle is just inspirational, just seeing how we go out there and just hard nosed. You gotta want to go to war with somebody that's going that got your back.
Yeah, he's gonna lose some chicklets at some point. He's always flying into people. I'm like, this he's always just crashing into somebody.
That's good though. That's good. If he crashing into it, you can't be the one
not doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's also got he always seems like he's the most fired up for his teammates. I always see him screaming, and I'm like, and off the court he doesn't. He just seems so Swedish cool.
He chill Pelle. He got this. I would say he got this confidence that he go with. So he be chill, but he's also a real fiery dude. We go out there on that court, he fiery as ever. But you see him outside of this, he ready to go to the beach. He ready to chill at the beach, So that's the love I got for Pelle. Everything he do it with the confidence, and I love it.
You guys ever try and one up each other on those Caron Butler dunk contests? Because Caron always seems like he wants to see these, Pelle take off afterwards.
Yeah.
Where did he come up with this, Caron? Because he wants you guys getting almost this one big dunk to get your mind right for the game.
OGCB. I feel like he really get a thrill seeing us young guys stay young. Just because he was one of those high flying guys too that had it in his tank. So. Just for him to see us doing that, that's keeping him young as well, So he's so uplifting within everything. So after we just get a good workout in, getting ready for that pregame, go take off, stay young, stay young. He tried to make sure me and Pelle stay young.
From you guys don't have Haywood this year. Do you see the opportunity there of filling those shoes? Not perfect picture is you're not exactly like Haywood, but those defensive, making life a living hell for everybody. And then you kind of got your flair to it on the offensive side.
Understood, for sure. I feel like that's evident. Us losing Haywood and me being the next, I would say, runner-up within that kind of frame of person that can impact the game. Yeah, I learned a lot from Haywood. I seen him compete amongst the best of everyone last year, and I seen him make everyone life living hell, so just really growing and watching that just from the bench and seeing how he compete, I feel like, okay, I could do that even from the jump of just learning from him, seeing how he worked. I feel like I could do that. So I'm gonna try my best to fulfill and fulfill it to the utmost and surpass it if I can, if God willing. So I learned a lot from Haywood. And Haywood, his energy within everything was just a good dude. He was a good teammate, did whatever he needed to do, and I'm trying to do that as well.
2 more before we get you out of here. Keyshawn Johnson joining us here at Miami Heat Media Day. I love during some of this, having 2 summers in a row, your family takes over the California Classic.
Yeah.
How many family and friends, are they the only people who are allowed to go watch this? Because it feels like you have
it seems like you're the only
that are there to watch you.
I don't know how many, sometimes the gym be closed, but they the only one that found their way in. I really don't know how they make it happen. I really don't know. But I would tell you, when you come to Oakland, when you come to the Bay Area, we come with a different type of love, a different type of support. And I feel like my family is a great example within that, back in the day, we had Oracle in Oakland, and I feel like Oracle, everything was real authentic, a real authentic love and fan base for the Warriors. Then they went over to San Francisco, and from what I hear about that, like, I don't think it's still
Wine and
that same
cheese.
type of love. You
Little
know?
wine and cheese crowd now in San Francisco.
Right. So I feel like my family, they bring that real, authentic love, and that's just Bay Area culture.
Some people call it authentic. I played in Oakland.
Yeah.
With the Raiders, against the
exactly,
Raiders.
Yeah.
It ain't
like that black hole out there, huh? Yeah, you know it. You know
Did you follow them to Vegas? Did you stick with them, the Raiders?
So all right, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. So I've been a Raiders fan my whole life, but I'm 24 years old, and past 24 years they kind of been making it hard for me to be a Raiders fan. So I'm gonna stick with them. I can't change up on them, but I'm gonna stick with them from a distance, if that makes sense. You know, I'm gonna always tap in, but man, they make it hard.
Yeah.
Well, how do you think the Dolphins fans feel?
But y'all had y'all good years though.
No,
we had our
wait.
good years.
The Raiders went to a Super Bowl more recent.
Yeah,
you're right.
That's
You're
how
right.
it's been.
Yeah, you're right.
I saw on Instagram. You watch this Love Island?
Yeah.
All right, man. What do we think of this season? What?
So,
don't look at me like that.
Yeah, so I got into that the past season. That was cool, just something to binge watch. I caught myself really really liking what was going on throughout the show. It was hypnotizing just seeing the drama and all of that. So that was cool.
You throw on that Hulu. You watch that Love Island UK. They talk funny.
Nah, I only this is my first time watching it this season, and that was kind of fun. I don't know if it's gonna be something I continue to do, but that was good to have during the summer and everything. But I don't know. I did not vote. I wasn't that far in. I wasn't that far in.
We vote.
We vote.
We're voters.
Did you have a favorite one? A favorite member?
A favorite member. Oh, I feel like that's gonna cause too much controversy, so I'm gonna keep.
No.
Do tell.
What is
do tell.
it?
Do tell. So I liked. I don't know. I start seeing people true colors as well too. So I kind of start getting off people. But I feel like the person that played the game the best. I would go with Chris played the game well. He played the game well. I feel like Pepe played the game well as well. But you know, it's still controversy.
He's out here
between
going
them.
for the
hoopers.
basketball.
I kind of know where they come from. You know, when
Yeah.
Chris said I could be out there playing ball right now, I felt that. I felt that. But,
I did like Chris a lot.
No, it was cool.
What are y'all doing?
What? It was a great
What?
show.
We're
It was a great
having a
show. You missed out.
conversation.
You missed out. It was a good
Leroy.
show.
I'll take the 0.
Love Island games.
I'll take the 0.
So yeah, I'm kind of like I just gave that its own run. Love Island games. I'm not really too fond of that. I don't know really
It's
what's
not as
going
good.
on.
They're
I feel
kinda-
like it was cool when Love was really authentic and everything. So now I feel like it's getting more
all
about
for-
the money. So
it's
I
all for
was,
the cash now,
Yeah.
you know?
At that point, when you bring in the same people again, it's over with. Like.
Hard to disagree.
I'll take the 0.
I'm gonna get you into
You can
it,
still catch up. It ain't
No,
too
I
bad.
ain't gonna
It's
catch
not
up. My wife and my daughter watch it, and I just every time I pass them, I shake my
You
head.
ain't just seen it like on TV. Go
I
in the
think,
living room.
I think he's afraid he's gonna like it.
No.
I think he's
He
afraid
is afraid because he's always falling into
as
it.
a regular human, right? With real relationships and stuff
Right.
like that, it's hard to turn on the TV and watch fake stuff.
No, it's not.
It
It's
is.
It's man.
It's
Don't knock
great.
it till you try it.
It's
Don't
great.
knock it till you try it.
I
You said the
gave
same-
it 2 minutes and I got up.
telling
I'm
you
like,
to.
no, just like
You missed out.
no.
By
Like,
2 minutes, he means I showed him a reel.
Give about 30 minutes
Give it
to
an
a show.
episode.
You'll be one episode. You'll
Yeah.
be cool.
I did say the same thing about Game of Thrones.
did.
Yeah.
And then I watched the pandemic had me watching everything.
Right.
I watched all of Game of Thrones in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All 8 years, 9 years, in 2 weeks.
Keyshawn Johnson, looking forward to your season, man.
Yes.
Thanks so much for spending time with us. We appreciate it, and have a good camp.
Thank y'all. Have a good one.